Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It is a magnificent Monday night. We are the Wrestling for Life Network, and we are coming off the heels of the Royal Rumble for WWE Raw tonight. It's going to be a good one. Lots going on, lots to talk about. Has CM Punk been taken out of WrestleMania? What else is going on? Who's going to take his place? How is Seth feeling? We're going to talk about all of that here tonight. For 3+ hours, me and that pretty face have you for your wrestling. So make sure you strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and ready to go, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We are the channel that just watches more live wrestling than anyone else out there. And we are the channel doing it on a higher level, growing by the second, actually, not by the minute, by the second. So we continue to grind. We thank you for joining us. I hope everyone out there has started their week off well. But we are going to get into some WWE Raw tonight. Plus, we'll talk about some wrestling news. We'll talk about what's going on in the IWC. But without further ado, I will remind you, I am Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and that is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I'm Big Nick, and I know you mentioned it earlier, but so do we want to just get into this topic of, is CM Punk injury prone at this point? I think it's what? The most of his most recent televised matches have all been marred by injury.
Yeah, I saw a thing. It's like something like 41% of the time since he's been back, he's been on the shelf with injury, which is a lot. And again, I mean, he's not the biggest of physical specimens, and he is pushing, up mid 40s, pushing 50.
Right.
This is unfortunate. Again, people are reporting it. We will wait and see. Apparently, he will be on the show tonight. But at the end of the day, it sucks. I mean, we've enjoyed him coming back to WWE. The buzz that's been around it. If he's now going to be out for 3, 4, 5 months because he's getting surgery, well, that's shitty for all of us.
Absolutely. Well, we still, like you said, we don't know fully if he won't be able to compete at WrestleMania. That's what everyone's, all these Twitter doctors are prescribing. Very much so could happen. I think it'd be interesting if you tried to sideline this feud and have it sit there and wait that time. I think it might more ferment and, get rotten instead of actually grow and prosper there. I'm really hoping he's not injured. I picked him to win the Rumble. I thought I was going to lose my mind if he came out at the exact number I called. Yep. So to see him get hurt in his one actual televised appearance in WWE, it's very much a sour note.
It is. And I mean, it's very similar. It's funny. We've talked a lot about Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, and, we saw her big comeback to wrestling in New Japan, and everybody was excited about it. And she quickly went back on the shelf. Another person that's been accused of being, injury prone. And it's unfortunate because you so want to support the wrestler. You want to be, into the storyline. Now we're in a position of WrestleMania Night 1 was speculated to be Seth and Punk. Now both of them are up in the air as far as what condition they're going to be in come April.
Yeah, like I know you've especially been an advocate against like the purple pack Cody and everything. Like, do you really want a WrestleMania main event where both guys are coming in injured? Like it's almost like the reverse of like the Brock's Goldberg thing of they're not leaving, but they're at least going to be taking some time off because they're injured. You don't know who's going to go over or really care.
Well, it becomes tricky at that point because we just saw it with AEW, right? MJF, they revealed the devil. He drops the title and then he's gone. So that story dies, right? Like the buzz around the belt, the buzz around Adam Cole has all gone away. Nobody cares about Adam Cole and his henchmen we're trying to get into Joe and Swerve and Paige, but there was no, response from the guy who lost the belt. He had to step away. And I mean, injuries are a part of the business. We've talked a lot about, Kenny's on the shelf. Liv just came back. Charlotte's out for 7, 8, 9 months. It's a part of the business. It's just unfortunate because, again, you want to see where it goes, and now we got to hold and wait.
Yeah, I think regardless of who we have going in there to face Seth, because I think Seth, at least now, if he's not going to give up the title, has to at least be there, even if he just takes 2 moves to do him and loses the belt. I think
he might get jumped and lose his belt before the match.
But that's even so. You could go from Punk Seth to Damian Drew.
Or Damian. Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people thought maybe, just maybe, and I like the idea. If you can't have Punk, can we have Gunther? Can we have Gunther in that spot?
So then does he drop the title early to Jey? Oh, so you get champion versus champion. You get, your Hogan Warrior.
Yeah, why not? I mean, he's so formidable, right? Like, whoo, I think.
But how do you get there if he does it? So he'd have to win the chamber? I would assume, because he didn't win the Rumble, unless he doesn't win either and then still challenges.
Well, I thought they did well planting the seed recently, right? We had right before the Rumble, Gunther comes out and has a one-on-one with Seth and lets him, puts him on notice. Like, I want your belt. I'm the guy. I put prestige on the IC title. You better, hop along.
You better recognize.
Yeah, you better recognize. But, I mean, ultimately, Gunther, I think, would be a good shout. A lot of people talking about, could Drew be the person that steps in? A lot of options. I mean, the good news for the WWE is they're not lacking options. Now, I mean, we know the draw that is CM Punk. Love him or hate him, he brings more eyes than anybody else.
Oh, absolutely. And I think they do have options, but this is getting down, I think, to the in case of emergency break glass options here.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, you have 2 months. I mean, you still have 2 months to build towards something of relevance.
I just like MDB's comment here. None of this would have happened if you didn't hinder the gender.
Well, hindered wasn't even in the Rumble.
Yeah, interesting. Well, we can talk about the Rumble if we want to here.
Oh, we can definitely talk about the Rumble. There's a couple things I need to definitely get off my chest, and there's some people that I really hope their ears are open when we
go ahead. But
first, we're gonna say hello to some of the peeps as we hit almost the 10-minute mark. We're 8-minute mark. But Alexis touching on the injury, Damian, Mr. Hopium back in here, but Cody and Bailey is expected on Raw. And Andrade, and again, it doesn't mean that Andrade is going to lock into Raw or Bailey's moving to Raw, but being that they both won the Rumble, Andrade returned at the Rumble, they're all expected. First hour commercial free.
Yes, sir. And is it interesting that they don't really super announce this ahead of time? They have, a little tweet or something that goes out, and it's Adam Pearce, walking backstage and just letting you know, hey, so the first hour is going to be commercial free.
I kind of like it, right? It feels, like spur of the moment. It feels like something that Pierce is doing, not like management. He's, he kind of makes it this vibe of like, hey, this is what we're going to do tonight. So I don't mind it. I don't, we don't have to know a bunch of days ahead of just, hey, tonight when you tune in, you're not going to get any commercials. And if you guys didn't hear the Adam Pearce announcement, you're going to be sitting around going, hey, wait. There's no commercials.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's very much, it seems like, even if it's not just an Adam Pearce thing, it's at least a WWE thing of like, nope, this is this important. We're gonna. It always kind of signifies that something important is going to happen. Hopefully.
Absolutely, yeah. You hope that it's going to be important. Again, rumor that I've read is that Punk will be there. Punk will come out, and we'll find out if he is in fact injured. We did post on our shorts section of YouTube a video of the referee checking on Punk and he's shaking his arm out, but then he leaned on the ropes and got up using the said arm. So who knows, man? Adrenaline's a mofo, so we have no idea if he just ran on it. He got Cody up for the go to sleep. He managed
he had a couple moves, yeah. And
you and I watching live, we weren't like, oh, is he hurt? But so if he did pop his tricep, good on him, because he like we've seen other wrestlers do, he finished it up.
Oh, absolutely. And that begs into the question the severity of the injury, which could lead to, do they just both kind of take, I guess, time off, even though Punk wasn't really having any matches before probably Mania, before they get there, of a kind of no contact policy here, as they both at least can get to where they could have a match.
Yeah, perhaps, right? I don't know if they can brace his arm, and it's one of those cases like the purple peck of like, it's torn. You're not going to make it any worse, so go for it. And that becomes part of the storyline, right? He's favoring his arm, Seth's favoring his leg. I don't know, right? Again, because what happens? Does he beat Seth and then relinquish the title and then go get surgery? Does he lose and then Seth relinquish the title? What happens here? They're in a pickle.
But see, I'm all for watching at least one legged man in an ass kicking contest. I don't know if I need to see two one-legged men in ass kicking contest facing each other. That's the thing. I don't need to watch both of the Black Knights of just merely a flesh wound. No, I don't need to see that.
And could they pull it off? Could they pull it off? And then again, I think bigger than the actual match is, where do you go after that match? So we'll see for sure. Juan, good to see you. See Money back in the house. I'm sure those are lyrics to something. Juan again. Eric Tate, welcome back, giving out his prayers. James from KC, a new member for today. At least there is a pivot for Gunther. Yeah, I mean, there's absolutely an opportunity. The roster is deep. There's not a lack of talent. Shit, you could go grab one of the guys we saw on the SmackDown main event, as far as Orton, LA Knight, AJ Styles. You can yeet one of them over to Raw and make it work.
Could you do a Cody Roman night 1, a Dwayne Roman night 2?
I don't want that. I hate that, but they could. I mean, if you felt desperate. And rumor is like the Rock thing is still potentially up for consideration. So that would kind of work around it. Maybe the Rock comes out night 1 and he's the reason Roman loses, so they go night 2 without the belt. I don't know.
He saves Roman.
That'd be really fucking trippy.
Welcome to wrestling in 2024. What is really trippy?
Yeah, I can go with that. I mean, that would be interesting unto itself. He comes out and hits like a rock bottom on Cody.
I'm just doing, unlike Vince McMahon, I'm throwing shit against the wall and seeing if it sticks.
Punk fake injury again. So Paul's surmising that maybe the injury is not legitimate, but I have no understanding as to why he may have faked an injury at this point.
Why fake it till you make it when you haven't even made it yet?
Right. Jackson, Sophie, good to see ya. I was at the pay-per-view live. The crowd had more energy than what you saw on TV. No, I felt like the crowd was into everything. Like, I was really happy with the Rumble. With the men's Rumble, I might have lacked a little bit. But, I heard a lot of, there was a few things in the Rumble that bothered me about the criticism. One.
Go ahead.
Legends.
I was waiting for it.
Well, there was no legends. Well, wait a minute. Bailey said it. Bailey said it better than everybody. This now is a time where you don't need to bring in those legends. You don't have to have those people involved because there's so much talent. And for all the years that people bitched about old people coming back and taking spots of current roster members, finally they didn't do that. And people are like, oh man, we didn't get our legends. So it's all right. I blocked the spammer. We're good to go. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, and that to me blew my mind of like, we're finally utilizing the roster we have. We just talked. Jinder wasn't even in the Rumble. And at the end of the day, fine. Then the other one that really struck me as odd was there was no surprises in the men's Rumble. Well, wait a minute. There was plenty of surprises. They might not have been the surprises you want, but there was a list. I mean, Jey and Jimmy standing toe-to-toe was historic and outstanding. I give them credit for that. Andrade return. That's a surprise. Pat being used was a surprise. Now, you can argue whether or not that was a good spot, but again, it was still a surprise. Ricochet returning, Sammy returning. That's 5 surprises. That's not even
Ricochet doesn't count as a return. What the fuck are you talking about? Ricochet does not count as a return.
We haven't seen him in over 2 months. Why would he not be a return? He's no different.
Have we just not seen him, or have we seen him and just not paid attention? I feel like he hasn't been
utilized. And as far as I knew, he was nursing a little bit of an injury. So him returning, so fine. Take him off the docket. Sammy
no Sheamus.
What?
No Sheamus.
No, Sheamus, but we don't know what the story with Sheamus is. Was he ready to go? Was he feeling good? That's us surmising that, oh, well, but again, saying we didn't get something doesn't mean isn't accurate. We got plenty. And just because it wasn't, well, it wasn't Sheamus. Like Sheamus would have made a big fucking deal. Sheamus comes in at 28, everybody cheers, and then Sheamus gets chucked out. Okay, that made the Rumble that much better? I don't think so.
See, well, I agree with you in aspects, and I disagree with you in the same aspects, I almost feel, because the men's Rumble, to me, it fell victim to a lot of us wrote a narrative that wasn't ever going to be fulfilled. The victim of the men's Royal Rumble is it really only came down to the final four. The rest of that Rumble was cannon fodder. Yeah, and that's what we were hoping against, though, is that we could have had that back and forth. We could have had those stories. We could have had those layers. And instead, we got cannon fodder.
Well, but again, when was the last time you watched a movie and 3/4 of the way through the movie, you're watching this movie. You're following the hero. Oh, this is going to be good. And right near the end, they bring in a whole bunch of different people and end the movie with those people. No, they finished the story they've been telling for months. Cody and CM Punk were the main story going into that Rumble. So why would you?
That's fine, but we didn't get there well. That's my issue. Is cool. I get your point of I can still like the movie in the last act, but if the rest of the shit doesn't sell me to get there, then I'm already pissed off by the time I get there.
But I was sold. And I mean, I read a lot of the reviews. A lot of people seem pretty content with it as far as the overall approach. And again, us as greedy wrestling fans look at what we got in the Women's Royal Rumble. And I would admit the Women's Rumble was better than the Men's Rumble. But look at all the shit we got in that. I thought the Kevin Owens-Logan Paul match was good. I thought the Fatal 4-Way turned out really well. So for me, like, all right, you get all this shit. And the fact that they didn't put a bunch of cherries on top of the sundae, we're going to be like, pay-per-view sucks.
Do you remember anything outside of the Rumble, outside of the Women's Rumble? Is anything memorable sticks out in your head?
I remember Jey and Jimmy standing nose to nose, which I thought was awesome. I remember Omos coming back into the mix and watching Braun. Oh, I didn't even mention Omos and Braun Breaker. I watched Braun Breaker annihilate people and put everyone on notice what he's going to be. I watched Sami Zayn return, which pumped me up because I'm a huge Sami fan. So, yeah, I remember lots about that Rumble.
Do you still view it the same way as you did when you went into it?
As far as?
Like you were just as excited coming out of it as you were going into it?
I feel like it could have jumped and hit that 10 bell, and it missed the mark. It hit an 8-9. But the premise that it didn't deliver because there wasn't why. X-Pac would have made that Rumble better? Nope. Sheamus getting thrown out? Maybe. There's nothing. What would we do different when it was ultimately going to come down? Like, what was going to change? The only thing that could have changed to appease some of the fans would have been like the ending was different. But Cody winning to me was a huge surprise. And I have you and I both on camera popping when Cody won. So
I won't deny, like I said, there is aspects of it. Like I said, I do agree with you, but there is still like the McAfee spot, and I'm a McAfee fan.
Yeah.
And I get he was surprised by it. We all were, trust me, because that was not a good moment. Like there was just too many moments leading up to the Fatal Four, to the Final Four, the Fatal 4-Way, which is essentially what that match boiled down to. That was cannon fodder.
Again, it was the match. Like the same people that are shitting on the Pat McAfee moment are the same people that cheer for Santino Marella moments. Santino walking out and being all funny and getting chucked out right away. That is the same shit, the same vein. So for me, I didn't bother. Like the Jerry the King Lawler moments where Jerry the King would hide under the ring and someone had to pull him out. No different. Titus O'Neil running out.
It should have felt like the Women's Rumble to where it felt like there was a final 5, 6, 7 people that could have won it.
No, because we thought maybe Drew would win it. We thought maybe Gunther would win it. And they got tossed out exactly as you predicted. Your Final Four went down exactly as you thought it would. And now you're saying they did what I wanted and I don't like it. That doesn't make sense to me.
I'm not saying that I don't like the ending. That's the thing, is I can still hate a movie leading up into the final act.
But how is the ending? How is that cannon fodder? Except you had
if the final act of a movie is good, but the first 3 acts are shit, I can still say the first 3 acts are shit, can't I?
But what would have, again, what I'm saying about the pickiness of the fan base is, R-Truth tag, the R-Truth tag spot, which I believe Anthony is bringing up, like that made everyone pop. That was a good moment. Like I thought the Rumble was good, but people are basing it on the fact of MJF didn't show up and Sheamus wasn't there.
I'm
And
not even basing off of that. I'm saying like the Bobby Lashley Kieran Cross spot could have been better. You don't need to have Ludwig. I get that it's the first German superstar that's been in a Rumble, everything like that. You don't need to have that Ludwig spot there. I could have dealt with only Gunther being in the Rumble. Like,
but I'm
critiquing not even of like, oh, we should have had this big entrant here, this big surprise here. I'm saying just the way the match was booked. If that's what you were going to do, the match itself was still booked.
The match was good. I didn't love that one spot in it, but I thought the match itself was good. Like I enjoyed it. Like maybe not like, again, it might not have had the sizzle of other ones. And I'm not giving it an 100%. You hammered this one out of the park. What an amazing Rumble, a Rumble of all time. But man, I thought it was a solid Rumble. And for a fact that a 4-hour pay-per-view with 4 matches kept me that interested, that compelled, I thought they murdered it. I thought they killed it.
I will give you credit that I don't think it was terrible. I just don't think. I guess I'm not as high on it as you. Like I'm more 7, 8-ish versus you're an 8, 9-ish.
Yeah, I'm more of a solid 8. I could maybe move it up a little bit, but I've put this out to many fans of what would you have done that would have made it? Oh my God, that was so much better. What? Change the winner? Nope. Change the final 2? Nope. Change the final 4? Nope. What?
Build to the final 4 better. That's my statement.
But what was wrong with I don't understand what was missing from the build of the final 4. Everyone got chucked out accordingly. It was no different than the women's. It got down to 3.
No one in that match outside of the final 4 felt like they actually stood a chance to be in that final 4. There was no sort of just even in the back of your head of somebody could have gotten chucked out that wasn't supposed to be there, that we could have gotten to there. Like, let's be honest, we didn't all have the same final 4 for the women's.
No, we were pretty close actually, but the women's. And the stark contrast, the women's, the minute they got down to the final 3, it only lasted minutes, and Bayley kicked them both out. It didn't lag. It didn't go for 10 minutes. It was literally like, this is Bayley's. Both women out. We had our big moments. Jade's here. She had a couple big moments, Bianca. But instantly, once we got down to the final group, out. The difference with the men's was there was a story to tell. So that went for 10 minutes, 2-on-2 or 1-on-1. Once they got rid of Drew, once they got rid of Gunther, it came down to those 2 men, and that's the story they were telling. That's what I appreciated as a wrestling fan.
That's fine. Like I said, I'm happy with that. I'm just disappointed with how we got there, and I guess we're at an impasse when it comes to that discussion.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and that's fair. I mean, I didn't love the Karrion Kross Bobby spot. I would have liked Bobby to look a little more of a badass. I would have liked the fight to involve the Rumble itself. Like They get in the ring, they battle in the ring, then they both end up out. Like the way it played out, I didn't love. I give you that one on that. But like these people saying they didn't give us nothing. I'm like, what fucking more did you want? Like I thought that like from the 1-2 spot on, there was plenty for me to be excited about. The problem was Sammy comes out at 30 and people went, oh, it's only Sammy.
Should the women's Rumble main evented?
No. The biggest story and their biggest draw and the biggest stars were in the main event. Period.
Okay.
So I don't think so.
Just a question.
Fair enough. JV from NJ's with us. Sophie's with us. AJ's with us. Good to see you. MDB back in the house, of course. Trey, good to see you. Good to see you. Punk will never be Flair. That's very true, probably.
I don't think he ever wants to be Flair.
Right. See, Christian's with you. Kind of disappointed at the Royal Rumble last Saturday. For one thing, we didn't get AJ Lee. See, that's not fair, right? You can't.
But that's what I've said of. You can't be mad at them for the narrative that you created that they didn't deliver on.
And I find it so hypocritical because in past years, I've been live and I spent a lot of time talking to people of, oh, I can't believe they brought back this person and brought back that person. Why would they do that? Why are the Bellas here? Why is Summer Rae here? So this year, Trips went with current roster, that picture of the 4 women along the wall, like that's your future.
Oh,
right?
that's fantastic. That
Right?
women's rumble is one of my favorite rumbles of recent memory.
It's the best women's rumble they've had, I think.
Oh, facts, 100%.
Yeah. First hour Monday Night Free. Good to see you, Dale OG. And we will remind, I know me and Nick are bantering, but this is what we do here. So make sure you get in the chat. Give us your 2 cents. Give us your opinion. We are about 3 minutes away from showtime. So we're looking forward to Raw. Like Dale just pointed out, first hour commercial free. The other thing that really bothered me coming out of Saturday. No, wait 1 second.
So, sorry, I wanted to halfway laugh at Boston saying, Nick, there's better hills to die on. I'm not trying to die on any hill.
Cool. What's up, gamer? We got 2 gamers in the house now. We got the Boston gamer and the cool gamer.
1 and 2, thing 1 and thing 2. But sorry, you were bringing up a point.
I will get back there. Tony's Dark Nightmare. Good to see Mark Rydell. My deal with the Royal Rumble, even when they aren't great, it's still like pizza. Good or bad, it's still pretty good. And I agree with you. And Nick and I, like Nick didn't say it sucked. That's the funniest part about this argument is Nick saying, I could have wanted it to be better. I'm saying it could have been better as well, but I'm a little more happy about it.
Yeah, like that's why I'm thinking it's really getting to it. It's like you're like an 8-9 on it. I'm like a 7-8.
Tony's saying he's a 6'7". I don't know if he's just rating himself or the pay-per-view.
He's just letting us know his height. I'm like a 6'2".
Right. I'm actually a big fan of the Roman match. I thought the Roman match was fun. Again, I think it was good.
I don't remember much of either match, respectfully.
What's that?
I don't remember much of either match between like the 2 other matches. I don't remember much, respectfully.
Right. Sometimes things look better on paper than visually. Facts. Absolutely. And again, I think that we've seen this before in the past with the wrestling fans nowadays is they get this narrative in their head of like, oh, this is going to happen. And then it doesn't happen. They're like, fuck, what some asshole dirt sheet reporter reported didn't come true. Oh,
yeah, what SRS told me was going to happen didn't happen. So boo him instead of boo my own brain that ran with this narrative.
Would I have loved to see AJ Lee? Yes. Would I love to have seen X-Pac for a moment? Sure. But at the end of the day, I think we're being overcritical. And I don't mind people saying, you know what, I don't think it had a lot of big moments. Like there wasn't like a whole lot of holy shit moments during the Rumble. But I still think that at the end of the day, there was people that they just, they want these moments. And I think it's partly like the TK booking of, if we don't get that surprise pop, then the show sucked. And I don't think that's fair. This is funny.
Well, that's what we've always hearkened on that of don't let the narrative you built up make you disappointed in the story that they tell you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the Pat thing was kind of
that dumb, was bad. Just admit that was bad.
I didn't love it. I didn't love it. You're right.
Just say it was bad. Like I'm a Pat fan, and I can say it was bad.
It was kind of bad. Pat could have went in and at least hit the ropes a couple times.
But I think that goes to the whole story as I've got together right now. Sorry, that Braun Breaker was there to be the replacement for Lesnar because I feel like that was supposed to be Lesnar and Omos squaring off, and then Pat kind of walks in, and I think that moment sells a little bit better.
Now, I will say we are kicking off the show, I do believe.
I got Jey Uso walking backstage. Am I ahead, behind, on time?
We were talking so much. But yeah, there's lots to discuss, folks. I see almost 80 people here with us tonight. Get in that chat. I love this comment from Anthony. This episode of the Dirt Sheet Debate live during Raw watch along.
Right.
It's what we do. I got a sky view of.
I have Bailey walking in with the rest of Damage Control.
Yeah, I got Bailey, but I don't have any visual. What the fuck is happening?
Oh, fair enough. But JD from NY 206 crapped all over the Rumbles match as well.
Of course he did.
Well, I mean, he's just the Vince McMahon of YouTube, right? So,
well, I mean,
he's just crapping on shit that he doesn't even mean to. So,
yeah, if it was an AEW Battle Royal, he would have said it was amazing. It was fucking awesome, best ever. So whatever.
Right.
Take that with a grain of salt.
The artist returns saying, "Hey, what's up, gentlemen? I love McAfee and WWE. Breath of fresh air. I like him on commentary, just not in the ring so much."
I like him in the ring. I mean, the guy trading with Rip Rogers. Like, come on now.
Sports talk. Here we go. It's just me, Oos.
What do you got happening? Because I hear what the hell, and
I've got a replay of the Rumble. Like right now, I've got Jade Cargill dumping out Nia Jax here.
All right, folks, we have kicked off the show. At least some of us have, and we are ready to roll. We will take your prediction on every single match. Plus, we'll take a rating out of 10 at the end of the night. So let us know. Let us know who you got, who you taking, what is up.
Right. And I get it. I like Pat in the ring, just more in like spot situations. Like that situation didn't call for that. That's more.
To me, like I said, I just equated it to all the other stupid Rumble moments we had. R-Truth setting up a ladder didn't need to be there, but it was funny, it was silly, it was stupid.
I liked R-Truth coming out at 24 in both Rumbles because he got confused as to which Rumble he was in.
Yeah, no, that was actually one of my favorite moments.
As Sports Talk said, new here and glad to be here. Well, we're glad you're here, my guy.
We appreciate it. No, if just my picture would show up, we're good. It's Vader time.
CM Punk could return again and again tonight, Vlad.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out for sure. I mean, apparently Punk's supposed to be here tonight, so we'll see if he is in fact in the house.
Well, he's got to address his injury situation here, I feel.
There we go. There we go.
Well, Mega saying, I see no replay. The TV show froze.
Yeah, my TV show froze too. So, an MDB, are you Canadian?
Yes, he is. He's mentioned
right? Alberta. Out west.
Toronto, I believe. I think he's actually by you.
Oh, is he? There you go. Our Canadian feed froze on the intro video, but right now I got the men's Rumble recap right happening.
There you go. So I'm getting Nakamura out, Finn out, everything. So your guys' shit is just dripping like molasses out there.
There we go. Well, I mean, a lot of places in our country right now are getting horrible weather. So,
isn't that just like a Monday or a Tuesday for y'all?
In January, usually, yeah, depending. I mean, I would argue that Toronto and Ontario has had a better winter than most of the places in the States as far as weather goes.
There you go.
We didn't look like Buffalo, put it that way.
Well, you have that.
Where was Anthony's question? Anthony said, I'm just trolling. CM Punk, the biggest draw, though. He is actually the biggest draw. Mathematically, scientifically, statistically, analytically, any Lee you want.
Even if you want to write a soliloquy.
Even if you want to write a soliloquy. Yeah, no, whether you love him or hate him, he brings more eyes. Dynamite, Rampage never got more eyes than it did with Punk. Never sold, Punk outsold everybody in merch. Comes over to WWE, most months he's outselling people in merch.
Go. So we're starting off Monday Night Raw with Pat McAfee. Wow.
Yes, let's go, Pat.
Are we going to have him as a regular on the commentary table and they just shake it up? Like, do we get Wade Barrett goes to SmackDown and we get Barrett and Graves and we get Michael Cole and Pat on Monday Night Raw?
That's interesting. I mean, could it be? Maybe. I mean, football season's all kind of wrapped up, but he still does his show on that. So I wonder how it would coincide. But one night a week? I mean, they got the means to do it. They got jets. They can pull this off.
Yeah.
The love between...
Yeah, see, because that's what it is. It's Pat McAfee and Michael Cole is your commentary team.
Yeah, no way.
Monday Night Raw.
Would that make... Then that, to me, would make Graves the lead on SmackDown, though.
Oh, I think he's very much earned it. I think he's in the lead 100%. Yeah, like...
Artie, how you doing? Welcome. Do you see TNA and WWE?
The new commentary team going forward is Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. Let's go.
Where's my bubble? There's my bubble.
Right.
Let's go. Even if it's temporary where they try and find their next solid fit, to me, here's Punk.
I
could see them working together, Artie.
Can we stop acting like he's some kind of legend?
Whew,
No one's acting like Pat's a legend. We're just
not at all.
excited for Pat. Like he's a legend at life, I guess, instead of a legend in wrestling.
Oh, dude, he's got it. He's slinged up. He's slinged up.
Rut-row Raggy.
And he's got a sad face. He's got sad face.
Got jobber face. Got jobber face.
Still signing an autograph with his sore hand, though.
Yeah, well, it's an easy one that you got a thing that'll keep your wrist there straight and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Richard, Pat on the commentary team. So your new Monday Night Raw commentary team for the time being is Pat McAfee and Michael Cole. So they just took SmackDown and put it on Mondays.
Let's go. Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm good with this. And again, Corey Graves has kind of been the pseudo lead for how long now, where he's had to carry another man the whole show every week. So, I mean, shit, dude. I like the idea. I'm really curious how that dynamic would work. And again, even if this is temporary, like when football season comes back, do we lose Pat again? But it buys them time to find, can we talk Matto into coming back? Can we get, Eric Riccaboni out of Ring of Honor?
Yeah.
Do something to help. Because, no offense, KP, you weren't the man for the job.
Well, yeah, that was Corey Graves leading around Casper the Friendly Ghost there. A hamburger with extra cheese. I know you're hungry. Yeah, vitamins are a bitch, aren't they?
Aren't they? Huge CM Punk chance.
That CM Punk is done in wrestling.
That's premature.
I don't want to touch on
that WrestleMania logo.
Big jokes.
Right.
Soffit, what up?
All right, Punk's got
as he's looking up at the WrestleMania sign and getting misty on him. He looks at the WrestleMania sign and has to adjust his brace. That's cinematography.
Yeah, tears in his eyes. I came back to be at WrestleMania and now I'm gonna miss it. Son of a bitch.
Are you there? Because I'm behind you.
I was real close Saturday night. Felt like I had it in the palm of my hand.
We're as close as probably going to get.
I just hiccuped.
You're good.
So, folks, if you were just tuning in right now, we are watching CM Punk. We might be a little quiet, not talk to you all for a couple seconds, but we want to take in what this man has to say.
Right.
But he is congratulating Cody Rhodes. Mm-hmm. What's up, Kyle? Kyle.
Shut up, Kyle.
I can't help it.
As I can hear your show, and they're kind of even dimming like the crowd around them to very much amplify the WrestleMania sign here.
Right? Set the mood. Set the mood. Close don't count. Horseshoes and hand grenades. There you go, buddy.
I've never believed in luck. It's over for CM Punk. I don't know.
I don't think it's over.
I see your question. We'll get to that in a minute. I don't. Sometimes you got to punch up instead of punching down. I'll put it that way.
my right tricep. He confirms it. It is confirmed.
But again, does this become injuries catch up to you in any form of especially athletic performance that you do? He's tiptoeing towards 50 years old. He's now been injured and on the shelf more than he's been in the ring.
Very true. Very true. I mean, this is, again, we saw him come back to Dynamite in AEW. He breaks his foot doing a crowd leap. And then he blows his tricep in either a match or a brawl, one of the two. We've seen him hurt quite a bit. And again,
respectfully, if he was if this was the NFL, the NHL, anything like that, you'd have a team that would take a 1-year flyer on him with probably incentive-based contract and everything of show me you can stay healthy before I invest in you.
Yeah. But this is an injury that takes about 3 to 4 months. So, I mean,
4 to 6.
realistically, 4 to 6. Okay, fair enough. You know, I mean, we're talking 4 months from now. Could he be at Survivor Series? So SummerSlam.
I don't know. He's misty-eyed like a sumbitch. I know he's straight edge,
This
but
is
he's
just
looking. He's got more redder eyes than I with the vitamins.
right. No, he's look. I lose more than I win. Did you see me fight in the UFC?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, when you were backstage, you got the same odds, so you're 2-2 in my book.
Balanced out.
Even 500 record.
Man, this feels like a retirement speech. It really does.
I really hope it's not, though.
No,
I'm
I
really
hope
worried,
it's not.
though. We don't know.
This is, but again, it does set up his return. And I mean, how do you not? I know people hate this guy, but listen to what he's saying. And if it doesn't touch your fucking heart a little bit, what are you doing?
Yeah, but there's also those people out there that like wished ill upon this man, and they're more glad that this happened. There's those people like, you know, wish for their favorite, you know, their team starting quarterback to tear their Achilles and shit like that. This is just a bump in the road, so shows you that it's not the end of the road. Just bigging up random Chicago firefighters.
Bring out a steel, slap him in the face. You're not going anywhere.
Larry comes out and just licks him in the face.
Yeah, all's well again.
Oh, could this be where let's light it up, light it up, light it up? How can you hate CM Punk? Be a diehard AW fan for 5 seconds. You'll figure out how, I guess.
I can't.
This is what they're good at.
Is so. Again, this is like those moments when you talk about like when Edge first retired and when other wrestlers have come out and he's just laying his soul out there.
It's the biggest platform and the best platform, and he's one of the best to ever do it, especially on that microphone. So this is unfortunately the best you could possibly make out of this situation.
I love that. Oh, here comes Drew.
Oh,
not what I was expecting.
Neither were we.
Punk says I'm a Cubs fan, so you know I'm not giving up. Kind of idea there. I thought that was really.
What even says about towards he's coming back next year. He's already planning there.
Well, yeah, he's not going to be able to pull it off, right?
Right.
Whew. It's funny. How can you hate CM Punk? MDB. It's not that hard.
Anger from House Left.
Listen, I get it. He's been controversial. But everything I see and everything I read, and you talk about him, you know, showing care and showing kindness and the love he's given to even the NXT talent. It doesn't seem like the prick that left 10 years ago. He grew up.
You can be controversial and still be correct. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. And well, the brawl out aside, he seems like, even if he was a complete dick during the brawl out, he seems like I got to give him credit for what I'm witnessing in front of my eyes.
There's very much a preconceived notion that already follows him, which I mean, granted, is warranted, but at the same time, you've still got to give the devil his due.
Facts. See, this is where Drew should just come out and be an asshole.
But I'm hoping that he does, and he just might do it more of like that kind of, you know, passive aggressive. If he sits there and tries to give, you know, Punk praise here, like, oh, I hope I wish you well, da da da.
Yeah, I can relate
more with Drew.
It's the half and half, Drew. And I'm sorry.
Melancholy McIntyre, and I'm fucking sick of it.
It's half and half, Drew, and it bothers me. Get in the swamp or get out.
But you gotta have faith. I'm a flying tonky donkey.
I've never been a spiritual person. Oh, yes! I prayed for this and it happened.
Hey.
Him and 90,000 other fucking AEW fans out there.
Right. Everybody's AEW or Drew McIntyre to AEW confirmed right now, I feel.
Right.
I can start naming Twitter accounts that have probably already sat there and like pleasure themselves to this whole segment
Right.
here. I couldn't let it be you. That's why I just, put a curse on you, a Scottish curse. I kissed the Blarney Stone.
Right.
I slept like a baby last night.
Mm-hmm. Someone said, where was it?
You won the battle, I won the war.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but how do you claim a victory over someone that happened to get injured? Yeah. Like, you didn't cause it. You weren't intending to do it. Like, I'm so glad you slipped, fold, and fell.
Yeah, that's like
your ankle.
That's like getting your ass kicked outside of a bar, and then the guy walks into traffic and gets decked. You're like, hey, I won.
Right. I fucked that guy up.
But I guess if you're still standing, you win. Big Punk chance. And someone asked, like, are they teasing Drew? And what it is it's event. The way it sounds, in a few months, Punk will be back, and he'll have some receipts to cash in.
Yeah, but that's why, though, I wonder if come 4, 5, 6 months, has it become more of a fungus among us? Then it's really still hot and fresh out the oven like it is right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's unfortunate, but it will be because of who it is, because of the talent involved, whether it's Seth, Cody, Punk, Drew, because of how compelling they are. Look, here we go. One-arm man.
And then bullshit. He took the brace off. He's sitting there hitting him with this shit.
Yeah, he's stomping on the arm.
Yeah, but Punk was sitting there throwing the elbow at him with it.
Yeah, finally. This is what you need for Drew. Not half and half Drew, all the way injured Sami Zayn. Yes.
Oh. But see, Drew should have been the whole time just stomping away this. If I'm going to do as much fucking damage as I can.
Sammy running him off. Sammy, and you lose a baby face, you gain a baby face. That's the benefits of being the WWE in 2024. And rumor is we're heading towards a Drew-Sammy rivalry even before this.
But so we're going to go from Seth, Punk, and I know obviously these injuries and all of that. We're going to get that. What?
I didn't say we're good. Like, that's the trade-off. I was even with
I was getting there. I feel like is this the lead off to the trade-off here of like Sammy, Drew's your main event scene?
I don't think it's the main event. I don't think it's the main event at all. I think they were rumored. They were already thinking about putting Drew for Sammy. And what this does now is it sets up Drew as a heel, really pissed off the fans by stomping on Punk, who was being heartfelt.
He's supposed to have been a heel.
Well, he took a while to get there. Fucking slow driver, apparently.
Right.
As we got the Judgment Day.
Looking like a fucking episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark backstage here right now. If I see a fucking video package of a canoe randomly rowing itself on a lake here with spooky lighting, I'm going to be fucking pissed.
Break out the candlelight.
Yeah, right. Just have the little fire pit between each other.
Right. Let's go. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be like the WrestleMania Night 1 main event. I still think that's got to be figured out. And I prefer the idea of Gunther versus Seth, to be honest, at this point. But here comes DIY.
Oh. I will let you know when I get there.
Yeah, let me know when you got DI. Actually,
I got them backstage walking right now. Okay. Tampa, Florida. Ah, Johnny, same face.
I like these walking promos, though. I will give them credit.
Yeah, I just wish I gave a shit more about the people doing them. That's the thing. It's like I love Ciampa. I'm indifferent on Gargano a little bit now, but
yeah,
they have watered down everything DIY was.
Yeah. Watered down. I don't know if they watered.
They're great value.
Yeah, but they just. I don't know. Maybe they're just small fries.
Yeah, but if you can take a big potato and chop it down to small fries, you can't take fucking reach your analogy in half.
It even took me a minute to be like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, now you can tell I'm a fat ass just thinking about food right now.
They just never really, and I don't know if it's because when they first got to the main roster and Vince used them the way they did, or maybe they just peaked in NXT. Maybe that's where they belong.
They're like your fucking high school ex-girlfriend, and they just peaked in high school.
You used to be hot, motherfucker.
Right. Now they got acne and back knee, and they got more facial hair than you do.
But yeah, shout out to the chat. We are rolling. I think we're about to get a commercial break as DIY is going to take on the Judgment Day for the titles. Could DIY upset the champions? Get your predictions in. Let us know who you are taking. DIY.
I love that of DIY because I gotta.
But man, how are you going to be feeling if they win here?
I'm gonna fucking leave is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fucking leave for a minute. I'm gonna have to take a walkabout here. As I've got the Judgment Day coming out right now. So we've got Priest and Finn Balor taking on the DIY, as I think KJ might take a I was almost gonna say PIY, but I don't know if that works out right.
Pretty young thing.
Got Judgment Day for the win. DIY, Gargano, Ciampa for the win. No commercials for this hour. Yeah, so we've still got a half hour, but so we made sure we had no commercials for what I'm assuming was more of Punk coming out there and saying how he's clearly not going to make it to WrestleMania. And we'll see where we go from there. And then setting up somehow, some way, Drew versus Sammy. I think this is just going to get some extra bonus benefit here of being in commercial free. I hope that this match shows up and shows out. I feel like DIY, since they've been, and it's so weird because they seem like the ultimate Triple H guys, especially like Ciampa and everything. He's goddamn mini Triple H. And they've just become the great value version of their fucking tag team in NXT here. R-Truth bought to cost Judgment Day. I'm glad Pat is back, man. I am too. Like I said, I'm a fan of Pat. Trust me. I know we always talk about how we appreciate everybody that, is part of this channel and everything like that. That's my goal personally with all of this, is that we end up being the wrestling version of the Pat McAfee show, because I feel like we're already got the model set up here. So I love me some Pat. I think he's fantastic on commentary. All of that. I kind of look up to the guy. I just didn't need him with I'm gonna get in the Rumble. No, wait, no, I'm not. Oh, maybe I will. No, I'm definitely not. Like, we didn't need 3 minutes of a comedy spot in what already respectfully seemed like a filler Royal Rumble to the bottom 4. Like, I get that certain people like the men's Royal Rumble, everything like that. Well, they told us what they were going to tell us, but then focus more on getting us there than throwing, fucking speed bumps in the middle here. But we do have the tag team titles on the line, as I see over 100 people kicking with us right now. So we'll remind everybody, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. I think we are just on the tippy toes here of passing 3.6K even before we've even hit 2 years. So absolutely. Channel is on fire. Chat's on fire. Appreciate everybody here. But let me know who you're taking, whether you're taking Judgment Day or DIY for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions. I'll admit DIY has good in-ring gear. No, I'm not going to argue with that, but you can have that. Hit the like button. Absolutely. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that bell notification, because you never know when we're going to show up. Trust me, we already got it, kicking the back end there that we're going to be here for the Super Bowl. And me and KJ were even joking of, so who has to cheer for the Chiefs? Because I feel like everybody's now going to be an obligatory 49ers fan, because to hell with the Swifties. DIY for the win. John's just calling out the Cruiserweight Classic. Yep, that was a thing. 105 people in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. Absolutely. Now let's see if we can get 150, 200 wide, 300 wide, 400 wide. That's the thing, is keep grooving and moving 100%. As I've got Finn and Gargano going at it right now. McAfee spot in the Rumble looked like a pointless Drew Carey tribute. Little bit, Westby. That's not a bad shout, and that fits with one of my favorite Rumbles, actually, of all times, the 2001 Rumble with the Drew Carey spot itself, where you had, Tiger Ali Singh with Drew Curry. I'm cheering for the refs. As a Raiders fan, I want both teams to lose. Valid. I will give you that. As a Bills fan, I think it's, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Much like how I became a Ravens fan for the day. And then I feel like the refs plus themselves screwed each other. Pause. And then, so now I got to be on the KJ bandwagon here of like KJ, Polo, like a couple other people that you got to go with the 49ers here. As Ciampa getting dumped on the outside, eats the apron, throwing him back inside by Damian. Oh, tagging a Finn. Now we get a little kick sequence here. Artisan, I'm with the Chiefs. I hate the Niners. Eagles fan here. Well, I see that then. Taylor Swift bringing more eyes to the product. You're bringing more eyes initially and now turning them same eyes away, I feel. And all them old heads out here hating. No, I don't think it's even exactly old heads hating on the Chiefs. I think it's more of just they kind of have become the Patriots. They've kind of just become the D-bags of the NFL. Same people trying to cancel Bud Light too. I ain't even trying to tie it into that. I respectfully don't drink Bud Light or Budweiser either. I'm more of a liquor man myself. I can stand the 49ers, and the only reason I hate KC is because of the Swifties. There you go. Go Niners. See money out here with the Go Giants. Cover Finn with 1, 2 count on Ciampa. Sam Adams. Yeah, well, that's just on tap here around where I am here, but it's not a bad beer. But yeah, I prefer respectfully my dark liquor. Next year, the Panthers will go all the way. Nope. I'm going to just say nope right out of the gate. I will be surprised if y'all make the playoffs. The only way you guys are going all the way is all the way to the insurance company. If your owner throws another drink on another fan and they fucking slip and, my neck, my back. Very solid Super Bowl match. I'm just surprised it's not the scriptwriter narrative that everybody thought we were going to have. As I could have sworn that was a 3 count there, but everybody was predicting it was going to be Ravens 49ers, and now we're going to get Chiefs 49ers. So Taylor Swift, damn near setting up the whole halftime show. I saw somebody saying Usher gets taken out right before the halftime show, and then you have Taylor Swift just swinging like HBK there on the zip line just to show up. I mean, if the Lions would have won, you could have had a hell of a halftime show between Taylor Swift and Eminem. Christ, they were both going to be there. CWWC Cruiserweight Classic, if anyone was wondering. John, no one was wondering. We got you the first time. We appreciate it, but we got you. Ooh. Ravens had the game and choked the ref. Screw that. Yeah, the refs definitely did. When the booth's calling out PI penalties, saying we saw it from up here, that's an issue. As Gargano up over the corner. So Gargano and Bálor right now going on it. Slingshot spear from Gargano for a two count. Who you got tomorrow? Vice or Lopez? Ooh.
Go Lopez!
I'm going Lola.
Lola's probably going to take this one.
Vice City, 100%.
Yeah, I think.
You about to send Elektra back or straight up to the main roster?
Yeah, I think Elektra from the block is going to the main roster.
Don't be fueled by the jobs that she got. I'm still Lola from the block.
Yeah, this match rolling on.
Right. Shout out the kid in the front row that's like in full like Cody Rhodes garb.
Yeah, right?
Oh. Assistant Slice Brandis, I can hear you. Two go. 7 points is not going to get it done. You have that. Lola winning 100%. I respect Swift and Harris, just not the media hype surrounding her.
Fair enough.
Yeah, hey. Can I take both? Can I don't respect her on both?
I mean, she is what she is. I mean, I don't
exactly, and I don't give a shit about any bit of what she is. That is not for me. I'm not involved. I am not interested.
Is it going to be awkward when she's not with him next season? She's with
because we are never, ever.
See, he knows the words. Let's go, folks.
We're gonna get a whole new album. It's going to be called The Tight End. That's going to be a whole breakup album.
Pause. The Tight End. Yeah. For other reasons. Oh. Damian pancaking Ciampa. Gargano breaks it up. No new tag team titles. Okay.
Could we split the titles? I feel like we should split the titles.
What team is more boring, Kendrick in London or DIY?
Oh.
The crowd is just quiet.
Right now, I'd say DIY.
At the moment.
I take a Kendrick in London man.
Now, this is an interesting question. If Punk's hurt, would they really let him take a bump like that and get his arm stomped? Yeah, I think so. It's already fucked up. So it's their way of, they write him off TV now because Drew took him out and made it worse.
Oh, that's where it gets into the whole thing like you talked about as, we're about to get a mid-rope, Brett's rope white noise there from Ciampa on the fin for a 1-2. Two go.
Michael Cole hyping up this moment as they set up the finish.
But it would depend on if he is actually injured or if it's like you said, it's one of those situations of no matter what you do, you're not going to do more damage to it. So you can have that.
Damian with the save. Sorry, Nick.
No, you're good.
That close.
Two, I just got the save.
I got Ciampa going up over and eats a fist. Gargano follows up over the table. Goes Damian. Pat dodging that one like a bullet.
Right.
Roll up. Oh, whoo. Did you get the sling blade?
I got the roll up right now. Two go.
Sling blade?
Now I got the sling blade.
There we go. Finn setting him up.
Shotgun drum kick.
Where's Loomis? I don't know. I want Loomis to come back. Where's Sam Shaw? when we need them.
TNA.
Yeah, no shit. Oh!
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 Gargano escape.
No way. No way.
As crossface onto Damian.
No way. Man.
Is this... Oh, Damian's fighting out already here.
Damian's
He's going to backdrop. Yep. Backdrops Ciampa onto Gargano to break up the hold here.
We want Tom and Nick. Let's go. Now we're getting This Is Awesome chance. So you know what? At least, as much as we've been kind of down on DIY, a match like this at least shows you they can go.
Yeah. I'm still hesitant fully on this match. I think it's more of just, it's been a while since we've actually seen Judgment Day actually being kind of a competitive match back and forth.
It's true. Damian gets the tag, takes out Ciampa in what looked to be a staggered fist. Really good match.
You shaking up with me. Ciampa just throwing hands right now on Priest here.
Fit in. But the fans are, at least, the fans in the building are appreciating this. And, AJ feeling similar. What's up, Daniel? How you doing? Good match. Okay. Oh. TNT kick. Running knee. Super kick. What's up?
No, I can hear everything. Like, I can hear literally what I would be hearing on a call through you right now.
It's crazy. Oh. Ciampa going up. Ciampa coming down.
Backside out. Oh,
Facebuster
to Gargano on top of the announce table. Roll too small package. 1, 2 go.
Yeah, JV, I don't agree with this at all. The statement of this looks like every other match. This has been a competitive tag match, man. I don't know what you would want phoning it in. I wouldn't accuse any of these four men of phoning it in at the moment.
Oh, not at all. It's been a good match. Coupe de Gracie.
Yeah, there you go. Big
1, 2, 3.
And I like the Razor's Edge coup de grace combo.
I like the Razor's Edge as Damian's kind of finisher because it's been a long time since that move's been used. So I think you're able to kind of knock the dust off it a little bit.
A little bit. I do like this Mr. Big K. If me and you had a kid, Mr. Big K is in the house.
I don't know. I can't tell because he's got his face covered up, so I can't tell what he would look like. 1, 2, 3. The winning a match and still the Judgment Day. Well, there you go.
And still your tag team champions, folks. The Judgment Day picking up a big W. Yes, my guy.
Okay.
And here comes Dominic. Here comes JD.
Oh, I'm waiting for R-Truth now, though.
Where the hell is R-Truth? Well, remember, Damian wasn't happy with him at all and did take out some of his...
He chucked him out of the Rumble.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of getting chucked out here.
There you go. Nick's taking a pause for the cause. That match has come to an end. Finn Bálor has the mic, so I'm curious. Is there going to be anybody that... Is there going to be anybody to come out and answer this? Oh, well, 0-1, 0-1, 0-1. Yeah, 1-0 on this end. Oh, Damian wants to give an apology. Yeah, I think you know what? Judgment Day have had the belt for a hot minute. They've been the top heel faction, but he's calling for truth. Here he comes. Big pop for R-Truth. who's in the house. Nice finish. Yeah, I thought it was a great finish. Super Bowl ticks are at 6,700 with the 50-yard line and 31. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's insane. Probably why I've never been to a Super Bowl. But anyone wants, oh, look, there you go. There you go. I love the R-Truth graphic. KJ, could you see Miz and Truth? Yes, yes. Awesome Truth feuding with Judgment Day works for me 100%. Absolutely. Yeah, it feels like that's coming. It feels like the writing's on the wall with that, Boston. 0-1. They need to split the tag titles. I agree with you, Damian. I think Triple H is trying to build up the division first. I think he's hesitant to split the titles and have, the SmackDown titles or the Raw titles feel like there's not enough competition for it. That I do believe that is long overdue, and I think it's something he is working on. That's just me guessing. Yeah, fair enough, C-Money. Could he? I don't know. Great promo, great match. Can't complain right now. No, I mean, the first hour of Raw, commercial free, one thing leading into another. Listen, whether you love or hate Punk, his opening promo, it was solid. It was heartfelt. He genuinely looks pissed, right? You come back to the WWE, to all this fanfare, to all this buzz, and you're going to go to WrestleMania. Finally, you're going to get your WrestleMania moment, and you blow out your tricep. Like, you feel for the guy. It's unfortunate. Some people are going to say he got what he deserved, blah, 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 blah. You blend that into Drew McIntyre going over as a heel. Then you come out with a really good tag team match. Now we got this moment here. I don't mind what we're getting in the first hour here. Soft. What's up, Curtis? How you doing? Welcome back. Good to see ya. Folks, we still got 100 people hanging out with us, so make sure you get in the chat. Say hello. What is on your wrestling mind? Whether it's Royal Rumble, WWE, AEW, or anything else, let me know. Don't be shy. Don't be quiet. Don't be sour. They're Bill and Tom, or Tom and Nick. Yeah, maybe Bash. We do know there's always a comeback. There's always a kicker, right? So hang tight. We'll see how that plays out in the second hour and the third hour. But I will accept the first hour being commercial free. Where's this going? Speed this up, folks. Get to the point. Let's get there. You're not a part of the crew. You never were. Oof. Yeah, here it comes. I won't be the one to do it. Everyone else is going to be the one to do it. JD with the forearm to the back of the head. There you go, JD. Dominic. 8. I'll go over, Curtis, as Miz coming out to save the day. And this is where this is heading, folks. This could be a tag title match at Elimination Chamber. We'll see. Yeah, called it. You're older than me. Initiation. Well, now the Miz is getting wrangled. Dom going to the top. Miz Truth. Miz still over. Absolutely. I give Miz all the credit in the world, especially, guys, you were here live. When they started hinting that Miz was going to take on Gunther, they were going to push Miz as a babyface. I was very critical of the idea. Like, how the fuck are they going to pull this off? And he's been good, man. I got to give the dude credit. And Awesome Truth getting back together, chasing down JD, not a terrible thing. I will make for entertainment. Well, DIY just got beat, so I don't know how we slide them in there. R-Truth getting the WrestleMania run through the Judgment Day storyline. Love it. I'm with you, artist. Absolutely, absolutely. But now we are getting the graphic. Breaking news. CM Punk suffered torn tricep at Royal Rumble. This is interesting, though. There's Pierce. There's security. This is interesting, folks. It's not just like wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Like it wasn't like I'm hurt, goodbye. It's they're still showing them in the back. Like it feels like there's more to it as they have officially added Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre tonight. Let's go. Let's go. Up next, I got Zoe Starks and Shayna Baszler coming out. Defeated Candice and Indy last week, if anybody was curious. Braun Breaker needs to run out soon. I think they'll find their spots for Braun Breaker, Dave. But he definitely made a statement this weekend. Rumor was that he took the Braun Breaker, the Brock Lesnar spot, and I think he did well. I think he stood out. Awesome Truth is alive. It's alive and well. It's still clicking, folks. So I think, no, we're still commercial free for another 12 minutes. I want to see Money Bailey. Bailey will be on the show tonight, so stay tuned, Roddy. It's coming. And here comes Chelsea and Piper. Do you think we might get the two tag showcase matches at Mania like last year? Maybe. I don't know. It's a different game now with Trips, and I don't think that the impression I've been given so far, Kyle, is that Triple H doesn't really love wasting too much time with things. So unless there's a purpose behind it, I don't know. But we could. I mean, if you're trying to build up the divisions, maybe. This is not a great match for either the men or the women. I got Sammy. I hope he was. There we go. I feel like they're trying to find to give us Drew versus Punk at Mania. That'd be very intriguing. Like right now, all the rumors, all the reports, JV, is that he's not going to be at Mania. So again, I can only take it at face value. I can only tell you what I know. I highly doubt that we're going to get Punk versus Drew. And again, why if he was healthy enough to go, why would he not be in the main event spot? Why would it not be him for Seth or something like that? But I will take your predictions on this tag title match as we got Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler taking on Piper and Chelsea. Yeah, I'll go with you on that one. I'll agree with you, AJ. We got the Awesome Truth back together. The Rock came back. All we need is Cena to come back. We'll see. I mean, I wonder if, one of the biggest draws for Mania is just said he's on the shelf. He might not make it. So do you bring in some reinforcements? I don't know. Who's Seth facing? We don't know. We don't know yet. It's clear that Cody's going after Roman. We have no idea what's going to happen with Seth. No Seth on the show as of yet. And again, who's going to step up? I imagine it's going to tie into the Elimination Chamber next month when we will be here at 4:30 a.m. to bring you guys live coverage of that pay-per-view. We're getting a little graphic reminding everybody this weekend we got NXT Vengeance Day. Nick and I will be live for that as well. So strap in and strap on, folks. We got lots of wrestling coming your way. Shayna with a choke. Drop to the outside. Seth might not be at Mania. He might not. But I think they're going to minimize what we get from Seth. He's going to try and rehab this injury as much as possible. And again, the injury that he suffered, it's not like blowing your ACL and you have no stability to your leg at all. With the help of a brace and doing some rehab over the next few weeks, can actually, will he eventually need surgery? There's a chance. Wow, it's over. Wow. A squash match, ladies and gentlemen. 2 minutes. Zoe and Shayna. Whew. Reading that Naomi will be on SmackDown. I believe that makes sense. I think so. We'll see where she fits in. Will she become a friend? Will she help Bailey against Damage Control? We know that relationship's deteriorating. So I wonder how that will play out, what kind of impact Naomi will have, and where they fit her in this whole situation. As we are now getting a replay from the Rumble, reminding everybody that 48,000 people, including our friend Ringsider Anthony, was live for that event. What's up, Sean? How you doing? Welcome. Baszler and Zoe for the win. Yeah, that was emphatic. They just dominated the former champions. And we're getting all the New York Post covered it. Seth might be the one actually hurt between him and Punk. I believe he's legitimately hurt. I believe he hurt himself, but I do believe it's in a manageable injury. Triceps a little trickier. All right. Did I miss something? Why was that match so short? I have no idea. Unless they're up against it. They're about to go to their first commercial break, perhaps. Yeah, they're going to their first commercial break, so that is why. So as we see everyone going to grab a bathroom break real quick, and I am getting a commercial for the Elimination Chamber. And, of course, Rhea Ripley is the face of the promo. 2-0. How embarrassing.
Speaking of embarrassing, but yeah, I'd let mommy put me in an Elimination Chamber.
Facts.
Do something strange for a little piece of change.
There you go. 1-on-1. Finally, something positive happened to me. There you go, Christian. Always look on the bright side. Just had my
like Monty Python. Always look on the bright side of life.
Why did Chelsea keep taking the pin? Why not? I mean, Piper's the bigger of the two. She's harder to pin. I meant that.
Not me. I'm not saying I didn't take it, but you said it.
I'm just saying.
You said it, so you got to live with it.
Those are former champions that got squashed, further devaluing the women's tag division. Wrong. What you're doing is you're building up the next challengers. So they just stomped out. Michael Cole sold it really well in the fact of these are former women's champions. And Shayna and Zoe seem like they're going to stick as a tag team for a little while. And they just dusted your former champions. Are they not badass? Do they not look badass? I think Shayna should be around a title picture. Might be the tag titles, but I'm okay with it.
Katana Chance and Caden Carter, the Kabuki Warriors, Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, Zoe and Shayna, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, they've established now a women's tag team division, I feel.
They're getting there, yeah, for sure, definitely. I mean, and every time they go to the back, they have these segments where there's like all these women hanging around. Natty and Tegan might count in there. Right. I don't know. I think they're trying. They're trying. The same thing they're doing with the men's. I know we want them to split up those tag belts, Nick, but I think it's just a matter of time before you got to have enough tag teams to do it with.
Right. So Scott, because he said we missed it before, of saying, I met Barry Bloom last night. Well, now that you have representation, can we talk to you?
Go. Right.
Have you signed a 3-year deal with AEW now because if you met Barry Bloom?
Let Barry know that we need some representation.
Yeah, but we'll have a debate. We'll have a bidding war between him and Stephen Pinu as to who represents us.
Right.
Plus, Shayna basically won the tag titles and then gifted them to Raquel and Liv because she hated Ronda that much less last year.
Yeah, that was kind of one of the best things ever, actually.
Fair enough. First 53 minutes commercial free. Yeah.
They jumped the ship. We didn't get a full 60. There you go.
They're bad at math. Okay.
Right. What's up with people thinking everything Punk does is a work? I don't know. Boston said it too. Break number 1, by the way. Over under 8 tonight.
Well, is that inhibited because the first hour was commercial free? So I'm almost more, I feel slightly inclined to agree with that because you have an hour out of 3 hours that's commercial free.
Right. Yeah, we'll see. They might overload the next 2 hours with commercials. I hope not, though.
Yeah, but to why everybody seems to think everything Punk does is a work, because he still sells it like it is. Like, that's the thing, is he's still, much like MJF's a prime example, Roman's even a prime example of, they sell, real life or not, they sell everything kayfabe wise.
Well, yeah, it's such a blend, right? Whether it's his, what his feelings is, what the promo he's cutting, whatever he's doing, it's this blend. Do I think he'd come out and publicly run an angle? Like, okay, so let's say it's a work. What is the purpose of the work?
Facts.
Like, what do we get out of it being a work?
The most you would get is that you still shoehorn, you force hand the main event of Mania Night 1, which, again, if you're forcing it, then it's not going to come off anywhere near as well as you think it is.
Right. So Sami Zayn versus Drew will happen tonight. Yes, Damian, that was announced. So that should be a good match. Again, there was rumors about Drew and Sami having a bit of a program together. So we'll see if that's what they do moving forward.
Right. As MDB says, a great wrestler always blurs the lines between reality and kayfabe. Yeah, and it's just, that's the thing, is it's become a lost art.
Absolutely. 68 days away, Nick. You ready for 68 days of dredging?
I'm just glad it's not 69 days of dredging.
Yeah, right?
You set me up. I had to follow
better.
Through.
You do me. I'll give you one later. Bye. We've been lied to. We'll find out. Holy shit, there's a blast from the past. Royal Rumble was just average, says the Skittle. As Cody Rhodes is coming out.
Yeah, blast from past, much like past, much like Chernobyl there over in Russia.
Right. 2-minute women matches. Yeah. If you look at it in a microscope, AJ, yeah, okay, you're gonna watch that and go, oh, they gave us a 2 minutes women's match. But then you're ignoring all the other great shit they've done with the women, including book an amazing Royal Rumble for them. So again, some matches are going to be squash matches as long as they had purpose.
When you nitpick and narrow down and narrow down and narrow down and narrow down your visuals so much that you're, looking through the eye of a fucking needle here, you eventually are gonna find of like, oh, well, see, they only had 2 minutes of a women's match. Cool. Well, they also had one of the best matches in Rumble history with the women's Rumble and everything, but we're gonna ignore that because we gotta put a fucking camel through the eye of a needle here. We've got to look down and nitpick and how much can we diminish it down and trim it down to where we find a point we can argue.
Yeah, and again, if you are trying to sell us on the fact that Shayna Baszler and Zoe Starks together are going to dominate this entire division, you start with a former champion and you murk them. And that's what just happened. They just destroyed those two women. Was it my favorite? No, but it serves a purpose.
Yeah, sometimes you need a squash match to have a squash match.
Yes.
Whoa. 9th inning loading. Well, that's good because we're not even on the 3rd chapter here.
ABC versus Grizzled Young Vets match 1 of 3 starting. Well, it's a 2 out of 3 falls, is it not? I thought that's. Did I misread
Anthony, let us know.
Ringsider, what's happening?
Right.
Yeah. That match will go hard on Thursday, and Anthony will be here with us on Thursday to bring you that fun night of wrestling. TNA, arguably the 2nd best wrestling company in North America.
It's getting less and less arguable, but you can have that.
Facts.
As I like Russian saying, I low-key show up more. I would just read it. I'm not going to click on it. Saying I show up less than part-time Roman, followed up by Joe Rado. Papa Shango curses CM Punk. TK makes Papa elite.
Cody Rhodes in the ring, your 2024 Royal Rumble winner, folks.
The real-life Homelander. What inning are we in?
Never lost.
So, what do you guys want to talk about? Does he kind of need to lose that because it's now become so fucking cliche?
Right. Anthony letting me know it's not arguable. Well, maybe not with us. Some out there that, think that the WWE is the second brand in the world. So
don't we call those people delusional? We go Hank Hill of it's like, what if they want their steak well done? Well, we politely ask those people to leave.
Right. I affectionately refer to them as skid marks.
I don't know if that's affectionate. No, I don't. Unless you're Vince McMahon in a threesome, I don't know if you could call that affectionate.
No. Oh, Cody milking it.
He's out here looking like fucking. He's in a Sherlock Holmes movie. I feel
he does, right? Shit.
Inspector Clouseau, Cody Rhodes.
Just waiting for that split-second heel turn. Context.
No, he's your next John Cena. He will be babyface until the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
He's going to be the one that cuts a fucking promo and does the little cutesy, figurative heel turn of, so what about a little heel turn?
Right. Yeah, I don't anticipate the heel turn of Cody Rhodes. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I left AEW. It was like, they won't let me be a babyface.
Because you booked yourself to be a heel, motherfucker. Calling out Samantha Irvine.
One more time. This is a bit of a heel move, no?
It's a little bit of an ego stroke.
Yeah, it's a bit of a heelish. What do you think about Cody giving the too sweet and the gunshot at the Mania logo?
If you read into that, congratulations. Great. Go read your fan fiction. Go do whatever you need to do. Go hug your fucking waifu fucking body pillow because I don't give a shit. Realistically. I get it. Cool. It's a fucking tribute. All of that. Cool. That's great. I don't read fucking none of that into that.
No. He's doing it for the dubs, baby.
Well, it's even that. I was like, cool. He can still do it. Like, it's not meaning anything. It's people want to read into context. When you have a preconceived narrative, you find examples to create your narrative.
Absolutely. If I see one tear, I'm going to throw the TV. He's going to stick it on and leave a sticker.
No, that's how you know he's taking a life. That's Liv Morgan's going to come up with like 3 of them.
Right. Thank you for verifying, Damian. So it's a 3-match series between ABC and the Grizzled Young Vets. Tune into that. It's going to be good.
ABC, easy as 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
Why is he looking like he's tearing up?
He's emotional.
Man's got the O face for no reason.
It's a strong O face.
It's a fake O face.
Why do you look so upset? It's when Brandy looks up and is like, "Are you crying? Burn it down!"
Oh,
let's fucking go.
This is going to be interesting though because we had Cody instantly point out of saying, "I'm going after you, Roman." So is this Seth going to come out here and say, "Well, why'd you go instantly at him? What about me? What about me? What about Raven?"
Right, what about me? But here comes Seth, the crowd singing along. JV got one better for you, buddy. It says Cody might be the next VP of WWE. Not yet. Give it time.
Well, oh Christ, we'll get into that whole situation I could touch on with certain execs. Like no one's talking about Ari's view on everything with Vince. We've got to make sure we crucify Triple H on how he responds. But
we got into a heated discussion.
I was gonna say we'll talk in a commercial here.
Yeah, I've been letting that one simmer all night, but there's some people that need to be put on notice. Particularly, you know who's getting under my skin? These like really unaffectionate white dudes that want to be all sensitive. And they're really starting to get under my skin of like, have a pair of balls, because just going with the flow and being a guppy is not getting you anywhere, not getting you more attention, not getting you more love.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. That's what it is. Buffalo smart.
Right? It's so brutal. Oh.
As we get a random sign saying, do it for Dusty.
He's cha-cha-cha.
Yeah, he's out here looking like a fucking guy from The Fifth Element. Man is wearing a crop top, suit top, because literally where that belt is covering up his belly button. You would have had an issue.
I would have been out
because his navel would have been out there.
He's not managing.
He's the champion.
That's all right. You can be a crop top champion. You can't be a crop top manager.
You can be a crop top champion. You can let your top down as champion, but you can't do it as a general manager, according to KJ White.
There you go. I have boundaries.
MTV, we got RuPaul Rollins in the building.
Mm-hmm. Why Seth's coming out? He always chose Roman. Is still as the champion. You have every right to come out and confront that situation.
As he's tossing the glasses, like I said, as Pat's even like, oh, well, he tossed his glasses. Right. I think Pat was looking, are they expensive? Can I have them?
Right.
But yeah, it's, well, you picked him. Why didn't you pick me? I would almost feel insulted if I'm champion. Why didn't you pick me? Why you don't want to face me? I'm that much of a walkthrough.
What did he just say?
I don't know. I was talking.
Yeah. What did he say? Did he say, I think you should pick Roman?
I don't know.
Somebody actually, Trish Stratus coming back to challenge Mammy? Nah. Listen, Trish Stratus said she wants another run. She felt good about her last run. So did I.
We got a no chance, so he might have said that. I get it. For you to hear me out. So he gets that it. So he did acknowledge that he's picking Roman. He's like, I want you to hear me out. You are the guy, and I can hear you, guy.
Oh, you're not the guy.
My guy, he beat you 3 times. You are the last person who should be talking about this.
Roman Reigns is not the guy. Seth is the guy.
But you've been proven you ain't the guy. Even the guy you calling ain't the guy has beaten you 3 times.
Yeah, but he don't got the gold. He ain't got shit. Where you
ain't challenging him for it.
That's not my problem. That's what he said.
I whoop your ass.
You want to be the man, you got to be the man.
I couldn't whoop your ass if I've already whooped your ass 3 times before you won a championship.
If I take the hill, I'm still the king of the hill. It doesn't matter if you beat me up on the way to get there. If I get to the top first, it's mine, motherfucker.
If you took ass whoopings the whole way up there,
you took a bad route.
Fucking Tony Khan be losing his mind. He's got an 0-3 record out here, and he's talking shit to Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. He thought he was mad about gender.
Imagine having a guy that you could have booked. That was your EVP.
Right. Okay.
You've been with me on this ride. It's like I'm getting confused. Like, is he trying to say Cody challenged me?
Yes. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's okay.
Challenge me. That me and you have been on this path together. That me and you have, you've beat me 3 times. Like, shit.
But is this not one of those, does that not halfway put over Roman more of like, don't go at him. You ain't going to beat him. You could at least have a good match with me.
No, but what he's saying, no. He didn't say that at all. You want to fight me because I am now the guy. You wanted to fight Roman last year because Roman was the only guy. But Roman isn't the guy anymore. I have established myself as the guy. Fuck Roman Reigns. He never shows up. I am the guy. I am the champion that matters. This is the belt you want.
That's valid, but you still got a bum knee. You got a bad wheel. So why am I taking the wounded animal here?
Well, I mean, if you hurt your knee, does that mean the rest, like, you're like, well, I guess I suck now? He still feels like the champion. Yeah, he hurt his knee, but
like
he's
I
still
said, it's a very valid argument. But if I'm Cody Rhodes and a fighting champion, take on all comers here. I'm going after the biggest dog in the yard, not the one that's got the biggest limp.
Yeah, and this is pandering at best anyway because it's not happening.
It could. Yeah. Could we get a triple threat?
No, fuck off.
All the belts on the line.
No.
Roman just wins again. Everything.
I'm so tired of triple threats and fatal four ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't see it happening. I really don't. Like, I mean, again, but you have every right as the champion to walk out there and go, how dare you overlook me? Right? You know, you want to be the Brock Purdy of it all, of like, oh, you want to talk about Mahomes and Jackson? Don't you dare overlook me.
Oh no, you show up in a suit top, crop top, and I kind of think you're giving me reasons to overlook you.
If Purdy shows up in a
I beat you 3 times, motherfucker. What else do I gotta do?
You gotta take the belt from me, bro.
You shouldn't have won it. You won it because I didn't want to work Mondays.
I mean, in Cody's case, Cody was kind of involved in it and didn't make it because of Brock.
Yeah, well, we can touch on that.
I don't see it at all that way, Chair. Well, I'm all ears.
Had a FUBU title.
The FUBU title, facts, yay. The title Dusty never won was, Roman is the story. You can't conclude this story without Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is the boss, is the man, the evil villain at the end of the story.
Final boss.
Yeah, you beat Seth. Yeah, you beat Seth. We're still all going to be going, all right, when you're going to beat Roman.
But so what happens when Cody does win? He finished the story. Is that the end of the story?
We start a new story. The story of the champion. Story of the guy that's risen. We've seen many times where Lord of the Rings and The Matrix and they all have multiple books for a reason. Just because you're trying to finish a story doesn't mean you can't write another one. And then he died. Like, no.
Cody just pop out. I had to start him on in a row. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
There's a Shrek 1, a Shrek 2, and a Shrek 3.
Right. Tree number three, my lord.
Seth speaking facts. They're chanting Cody. Seth's only chanting.
He looks like a lost puppy dog this whole promo. I'm not supposed to be here.
Mm-hmm. It's a secondary title. Yes, I know it is. And I mean, it is what it is. But you can't expect the guy to wearing it. Like, I mean, Gunther's got the IC title and talks about it like it's the best belt in all of wrestling. That's how you're supposed to do.
They're not supposed to come out there and say, yeah, this sucks. You still got to get your shit over.
Right? But I like this little speech. I do. I mean, he is putting his title over. He is putting the situation over. And now Cody's like, what do I do?
But I didn't know that. It's a fantastic thing to do for Seth, especially when that title whole situation is very much up in the air. This is the best way you can do it.
Yeah. Okay.
John saying you should be listening to this promo. We just talked to.
Wait, who said that? We are 100%.
John.
Well, if we just sat here quietly with our mouth open, we'd be other streamers, and that's not our style.
Yeah, we'd be asking for money that we used to go on trips.
My God. I'll think about it. Which is we all know
like a true EVP.
Yeah, think about it. And we all know his code for fuck off.
Yeah. That is code for you can have that. That ain't even what I'm mad at.
This is a lose-lose situation. I'm curious. How do you figure? I'm really curious if you'd expand on that. Chapter 2. The New Day.
Yeah.
Seth the Toxic X.
or ex. Oh,
The ex-girlfriend. Don't be with him. Don't be with Roman. I still love you. We got something special.
I know deep down in my heart, I still love you. Yeah, that fucking goofy ass cry. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now, is there a reason half the WWE roster calls him Gunther and the other half calls him Gunther?
Yeah, I guess it's like tomato.
Do we need a pronunciation? They put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Well, I'm just happy. I'm surprised he didn't do it in a Jamaican accent. What do you mean?
That's still one of the best. Wait, did you used to have a Jamaican accent? And they'll just stop and look at him.
Uso!
Just me, Uso.
As Jey Uso going to take on Bronson Reed tonight. A little bit of a surprise booking, but I'm down for it.
I think it'll be a fantastic match. I think there is the potential we could go into WrestleMania with Jey Uso as IC champ, I feel.
I want him to go after. I want him to go after that. At least go that.
Do it at Mania or before Mania.
I like a WrestleMania moment. I think it would be huge, right? Like the big crowd, Philly. Mania's Mania, but I mean, I know shit has to happen on the way there. Maybe he beats Gunther at Elimination Chamber and fights his brother at Mania. I don't know.
Well, you mentioned it with the Men's Royal Rumble. If that's part of why you thought it was so great and everything, is you started off with Jimmy and Jay there, and you got a little bit of that tease of that. We've said for the longest time that could be a WrestleMania match. It's going to be. Does it have a title on the line? Does it actually happen at Mania? Where do we go there?
Right. Interesting. I really don't know. I'm really curious to see what they do here.
Right.
Bronson needs a W.
I think Jey Uso gets the win, and we set up to, even if it is at Mania, we still set up to Jey Uso versus Gunther for the IC belt. But granted, then we take Jey Uso or we take Gunther out of the main title picture. If people are injured, you have no Gunther then available.
Facts, but I think, I'm curious. Could Sammy be the guy that steps into Punk's shoes?
Oh, no, because see, when I said that before and got upset about it, you're like, that's not happening. They're not doing it. It's just the match tonight. So if you have Drew versus Sammy for the world title, that's a substitute teacher vibe.
Wait, Drew versus Sammy for the world title? I would assume Seth is said as of right now he's competing at WrestleMania. So
if you have Drew, so then who would you have? Sammy, like, I guess then what matches do you have laid out then?
I wondered if because Punk and Seth end up being kind of babyface on babyface. I wondered if they would slide Sammy into that spot. I don't know if Drew does it for me. So Drew versus Seth, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's an interesting conundrum, right? Because I don't know.
When you say slide Sammy into CM Punk, I'm going instantly of the assumption that you would have had, so if you could make it work, Seth versus CM Punk, even if it was, at least at the time, Seth was the only one hurt, and we knew no matter what, he's not leaving with that belt, and you would have had Punk leave with the belt. Now, if they're both injured going in, that's a whole different can of worms.
Different can of worms. Maybe that's why they're making the pitch to Cody. Cody, beat me, Cody. Beat me.
Triple threat, all the belts.
All the belts.
Or we get night one, and then we get night two.
I hate that. I hate it. But folks, we are in a commercial break. I see a lot of people hanging out with us right now. Keep it coming. Keep chatting away. We will do our best. And reminder, we have the super chat, super stickers if you feel like we're missing your comments. But we try our best. We really do. And we are back tomorrow for NXT. Another semifinal for the Dusty Classic. Should be an intriguing one as Carmelo and Trick will take on Lawo, right? Right. And then Dynamite, of course, on Wednesday, TNA on Thursday, the doubleheader on Friday. And this weekend, we got Vengeance Day on a Sunday.
Oh,
Collision on Saturday.
I entirely forgot about Vengeance Day.
Vengeance Day this weekend. So tomorrow will be the go-home show for Vengeance Day. We're here live for all of it. We just started working on our Super Bowl party. 2 weeks. Nick and I will be here. Who knows who else will be here, but it should be a fun one. We're going to watch the Super Bowl together. Join us. We're more than just
we'll just slide Taylor Swift still photos and everything in every 5 seconds, just like the NFL does, just so you don't feel left out there.
I will definitely have a Taylor Swift pop-up.
Just have a Taylor Swift background.
Be asking for money to go on the trips. What?
Yeah, no, that ain't us. That's some other people and everything like that.
There you go.
You can have that. That ain't us. 100%. Everything that you guys send our way goes 100% back into the channel, back as helping us do as much as we can do and try to make this now the full-time gig instead of the part-time gig, so we can be here even more. So now when you show up and you're like, whoa, GCW is doing this and this company's doing that, we can be here for that too.
Man, I just worked out the schedule from now till Mania, and we are busy. Busy. Lots going on. Grace saying hello to you, Nick.
Grace, what up? Hi.
Alan. Good. Welcome back, Alan. I feel like it's been a hot minute. I hope you're doing well, sir.
Well, he got the patent for the wrench there, and then now he can come back and say hi to us there.
There you go. What else we got? Bootios. They make sure you ain't booty.
Like, whose name is Bootios in the chat right now?
Somebody should be.
No one should be. Don't do that.
So we are on commercial break. Real quick, I wanted to touch on this earlier. You brought it up, so you were the first one to do it. I'm surprised the chat hasn't done it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people going around smashing Triple H for Saturday night. And I mean, I find it ironic because we recently had a situation where somebody was kind of given a pass for how he behaved while being asked a similar question.
He wore a fuzzy hat.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, if I'm going to be blunt, if you think that Triple H blew off a situation that he should have addressed or didn't address it accordingly or acted bratty, somebody said in one of the things I was watching, then unfortunately, I maybe unapologetically, I think you're dumb. I really think you're simple. And I really think that this demanding, fickle fan base of so-called wrestling fans that just consistently tune into shit on everything don't get it. What did you want Triple H to do under that circumstance? He just busted his ass for a 4-hour show, put it all together, and wanted to talk about how that went. He's not involved in it. Not one of his employees are involved in it. Not somebody that he's currently having to deal with is involved in it. He said what he said. Cody said what he said. But anybody that thinks that he owes us as fans, he owes us fuck and all. And for people to think that they have some right to hear more legally, he works for a company that probably told him straight out, do not give them more. Do not do more. Do not say more. What's he going to say? Oh, yeah, I read that lawsuit. And what a fucking idiot that guy was. He can't say shit. His hands are tied. All he could do was what he did. And you focus on the positives, not the negative. It's not his fucking mess to clean up. And I really found it in poor taste. Sorry, I seen your hand going up.
No, I was more of like, well, we've got Bronson Reed and Jey Uso here, and I'm about to, if I go into this, 5 minutes plus. So I kind of want to. We'll circle back there because I do agree with you on some aspects. I will say this: there was a certain person that you and I both saw that thought that Triple H was uninformed on the situation.
Fucking idiot.
If you think someone that has the moniker, the cerebral assassin, that's head of your creative department, that is his goddamn father-in-law, is uninformed on the situation, you're incredibly mistaken.
And I want everyone. Sorry, go Nick.
No, I was just going to say, you cannot agree with what he said because to me, I don't think he was perfect in what he said, but to say that he was uninformed is just ridiculous of a statement to me.
It's fucking stupid. Oh, he's supposed to be a big time exec, and how's he supposed to be a big time exec if he doesn't even know? When did you want him to sit down and read a 67-page affidavit? He didn't.
Don't think that he didn't read it. He sat there and said at the beginning of the press conference of, I know what everyone wants to talk about, but we're not. He initially addressed, I'm not going to talk about this. This is to me, sorry to Bronson and Jey Uso. We're going to get this.
Get your predictions.
This to me is one of those of, it's a little bit of you're asking Dana White the same thing, like to an extent of, Triple H works for TKO.
Mm-hmm.
This is a TKO thing that's going to be coming down. And even then, you ask Cody Rhodes about the whole situation. Like I said, do I think Triple H handled it amazingly? No. Nobody's going to handle any sort of situation like that amazingly because you're not fucking prepared to ever have to sit there and deal with that conversation. The fact that we're having to have who handled sexual assault allegations better between the two companies is fucking despicable and disgusting.
What's the term that you used? Weaponizing tragedy?
Weaponizing tragedy is what this is. Over tribalism is what it really comes down to. You're seeing more people that I feel on whichever side you lie on it. You'd rather see this used to tear down the other side than actually give a shit about the victim that you claim to give a shit about.
Yeah.
No one talks about anything that's going on with her now. It's what did Triple H say? You want to know why? Because that way you can go at WWE for what they did. Because then you can blame this and that and everybody else for it. It's a way to fucking it's this new as we're in another commercial break, so I'm gonna keep going.
There you go. Where's go?
This new fucking 2020 to 2024 bullshit thing here of no one's actually sorry for anybody. It's how can I feel sorry for you and use it to get my agenda across.
100%. And then what bothers me the most is it's uneducated, unsensible fucking people. And I love that I just made up the word unsensible. But at the end of the
don't worry, it probably exists somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the fucking day, Nick.
Shout out Dave, by the way. Sorry.
It's people that have never been in a company, never been involved in a corporation, never been involved in with how business works, never been involved with any of this shit. And they think they can sit on their fucking high horse and go, wow, I can't believe he didn't say exactly what did you want him to do? Give us a 25-minute summation on the breakdown of the case and the ins and outs and how often he caught Vince in an office with an intern. He cannot, even if he wanted to. And you know what? For all the people shitting on the man, I actually feel sorry for him. The man's trying to do his fucking job, and his father-in-law happens to be a fucking pervert and happens to be fucking. What's that?
I was just calling him a sex pest.
Right, but there's this man just trying to do his job, give everyone out there the best possible entertainment he can find and offer us. He's signing talent, he's changing the booking, and he's given a show after show to be fucking happy about it. And people just can't help themselves. And I think you coined that phrase, weaponizing tragedy, which is the perfect way to put it. And like I said, all these fucking bleeding hearts I see on TikTok and on Instagram and on X that just they really don't give a fuck about the issue. They don't give a fuck about the victim. They don't give a fuck about anything. It is their bullets to shoot at the company they don't like. And that to me is shameful.
Right. That to me is my biggest issue with it. I was on record with our stream of everything that I read in that document. And yes, I actually read it on like when we actually talked to some of these people of that sit there and he was uninformed and everything. Well, did you actually read it? Well, I looked at Twitter. That's not reading it. Twitter is not a fucking news source. Get that through your thick, full fucking skulled heads right now at this point. Twitter is not a goddamn news source. It is literally just people. Fucking Malachi Black said it the best. It's literally people just opening their door and screaming their excrement opinion out in the public. It is not a news source.
Yeah.
Wall Street Journal covered this, and that article got more horrendous every paragraph you read. Everything that was said in that article, that document, that filing was accurate. It's despicable. It's deplorable. This man needs to be condemned even more than he already was. But to sit there and try and just now you're on a fucking witch hunt with this. And it is the difference. I know we had our opinions about everything with AEW. I cursed up and down Tony out there with the fuzzy hat and the sunglasses. Yeah. Tony Khan owns the company. Triple H works for the company. There's a difference.
Absolutely. And again, if Triple H had a fuzzy hat on and a pair of glasses, we would have shot all over him. A bad choice of words, but for the exact same behavior. And again, like you said, he's an employee. It's like asking Dana White what's happening with TKO.
Now, granted, ask the questions. I do understand. Ask the questions. Yeah. Great. And Nick Houseman, please stop shopping at American Eagle and Old Navy. Act like you've been there before. But still, ask the questions. Ask Hunter the questions.
Yeah.
I don't think this man needs to be crucified because he didn't answer the question the way you wanted him to.
And again, it is a sensitive subject, and I'm not letting anyone off the hook, but damn, We just find reasons to fucking hate this shit. But we are back to the match, Nick, and I think we beat the shit out of enough people right now.
They can't use the words involving that around there.
Fuck! I'm not trying to, but it does bother me that, you know, like you said, just again, they don't really care. And I think, look, TikTok is the worst, KJ, and they themselves, they call themselves a community. They call you a community until you don't agree with them exactly. If you don't say what they said, then you're out of the community. You're off the team. You're on the bench.
Yeah, fraternity also sounds a lot like a community until you don't want to fucking haze everybody like everybody else does and all of that same type of shit. It really is that of what, like I said, whichever way you want to lie in this issue, the fact that you want to use this as artillery to tear down somebody else versus actually getting to the bottom of what really happened shows me who you are as a person.
Yeah, and Boston, I see your comment. It's funny, but I'm not going to click on it. But it's true. And look, the match is going on. We're going to get back to the match, but I will say this: if he's found guilty and more facts come out through this process, Nick and I will be right here to offer you our opinion and our 2 cents. But
I think he's a piece of shit. Just that being said,
we've been on the record for that. We're not letting the man off the hook. We knew he was garbage. We've been asking for him to get the fuck away from the wrestling for over 2 years now. We wanted him gone. And at the end of the day, when this all plays out, as it plays out, we will give you educated opinions on what's happening. But these people that are just jumping on their phones and giving us selfie videos need to knock it the fuck off because you sound stupid.
Right. The community is basically an echo chamber.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I love about this. And that's why you and I go at it. We have Anthony, we have the whole chat and everything we have an open forum, an open discussion about it. It's a fucking open dialogue about, okay, so if we're way off base on anything, the chat will let us know. One of us will keep each other in check or anything like that. That's really what it is.
We've lost
versus you people that, cool, so I can just post a video and I'll block anybody that says anything that disagrees with me because I'm right and you're stupid.
And this match is clipping, guys. Just on a side note,
that is a thing.
The match is clipping at the end, and big Death Valley driver by Bronson. Look, we've lost friends on this channel, dude, just because we weren't saying the same shit or rowing the boat in the same direction, and it's just the way it is.
I personally will not cater to bullshit.
No.
Point blank period.
With it. Yeah, no, 100%. Power. He's another example of just horrible fucking power and corruption. And it makes
absolute power corrupts. Absolutely.
Johnny Ace is no better. Here comes the Bronson, misses the tsunami.
The only thing that makes Johnny Ace maybe slightly better is because of his hoarse voice, so you can't hear him.
No, it makes him worse. What makes him worse is he's the
that might be worse. It's creepier.
Yeah, and he's just walking around behind the man collecting scraps. Big spear. The man wouldn't have got any of his own if he wasn't for it's just fucking hell. Disgusting.
Anyways.
Big
Uso splash.
I mean,
1, 2, 3.
Wow. Huge win as we rambled right through that one. Sorry, folks, but had to get it off our chest, apparently.
Yeah, well, it happened to come at the wrong time here, much like Vince McMahon.
We need longer commercial breaks. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, Mike. Thank you. We might not always be right, but we're us. We're honest and we're straightforward. We shoot from the hip. I say it and I mean it. We are the most unscripted.
Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. We talk about the rest of you, but to put that forward life with it. Well, I said this while you were on a pause, and the man's on commentary and everything like that. If we try and be that kind of open dialogue, like the McAfee show and everything like that, we're literally out here. We're just, you guys happen to be watching Raw, and the commentary team broke out here.
Right. But Jey Uso rocking, and Pat is loving it.
He looks like he hasn't been watching the show for like the past 4 months. Yeah, it's even Colson. You gotta get back in shape for the show, by the way.
Pat McAfee blew himself up trying to fucking sing along.
That's what I'm saying, though. I feel like he really hasn't. I know football season's been a bitch, but I feel like he hasn't been watching anything wrestling for a minute.
As we get the replay of Andrade returning at the Royal Rumble.
Andrade El Idolo. Did you see the video backstage of Charlotte, though, even helping him out?
Oiling him up. There you go.
Step inside, get loose, more punch than a bowl of juice.
Pat McAfee's a gift on commentary. Undeniable.
Right. Oh, so we've got Andrade signing the contract to be on Monday Night Raw.
So there goes our theory. So he will not be
involved. How many people does he punch in the face on the hallway here to get himself off of Monday Night Raw?
Oh, Nikki Aldis.
Oh, there's Nick Aldis. One of the biggest free agents in recent memory. You say that until Aleister Black comes back.
I'm surprised that he's not going over with Santos and everybody.
Maybe it's you. Respectfully, you don't just want all your Latino wrestlers all in one tutorial at the same time. So maybe we split them up a little bit.
You gave me Anchorman vibes there. They just with the gang fight.
Right. Now listen, I want a clean fight. Pierce killed him, man. He got a trident.
You got to try. Where did you get a trident? Oh, what's this?
We have to discuss the Elimination Chamber. Oh,
I got to take this Braun Breaker.
I love every aspect of these guys as GMs.
Like, it's good.
100%. Well, even like now they've got it in the 2K23, they're going to have it in 2K24 and everything of how you have that like GM mode, and we all wanted that back and everything. Like, this is what you want from your GMs in pro wrestling, of like that free agency of like, oh, I'm going to try and make my show the best. Do you have that competitive back and forth?
Gunther on the stairs.
Oh no, Mama Pan, I don't know what she said, but you're fine. Bye-bye. KJ Big Nick had steam coming from theirs.
I couldn't wait like all day Sunday. I was like, man, I fucking fuck.
I think it's just been the first time that you and I specifically have been able to like, let's just fucking talk about this. Like, this is the come to Jesus moment here. Mm-hmm. All right, you an athlete with no rap sheet. just stop talking about this shit.
Up next, we get the Ring General taking on Kofi Kingston for the IC title, folks. Get your predictions in. Let us know as we are back in commercial break. And once again, if you're enjoying what you're hearing, we are here all week long, almost 6 days a week, almost every single week. Some weeks 7, some weeks multiple times in a day. We do not stop. We are heading towards Elimination Chamber, which will be our first ever Breakfast with the Boys. Wake and bake. You have a piss and shake. Let's go. It's going to be a fun one. We're going to be here live for that. We got GCW shows coming up. I saw somebody mention the Jersey J Cup. We might be covering it. We got TNA. We got fucking NXT. We got it all, folks. We're not stopping, and we watch more live wrestling than anybody else out there. So join us.
And we're still fucking moving at an insane clip here. I know we say this month after month, but every month it seems to end up being better than the last month here, as we're still teetering. We still got a couple of days left, and we're teetering at the point of 3.6K, which be insane. One away. I know out of 100 some odd people, there is someone in right now watching me that has not hit subscribe. Fucking do it.
Yeah, we need one.
Right, because even still, last year we just passed the 1K mark. Now we're still, almost clipping at the 4K mark. And the next year, 100%, 6.2K views on the Royal Rumble. So absolutely moving and grooving at a pace that can't be beat, can't be topped, often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. 100%.
That's it, folks. And yeah, we are one away from 3.6. Again, January's broken all of our records as a channel. We're not even 2 years old yet, and we're having a lot of fun doing this with y'all.
And we're not even capping like Tony Khan.
And there you go. Braun to SmackDown. I love it. I mean, so, Pierce rubs in all this his face of like, oh, look what I got. Look at my shiny new wrestler. Oh, sorry, I got to take this call. Braun Breaker's on the phone. So I love the tit for tat. I love the build. Plus, they have to come to some type of conclusion. Is it going to be 3 from SmackDown, 3 from Raw in the chamber?
I think so. Now, granted, does Braun move up to the main roster? Now I have to address 2 things here of Tony Khan, Pierce Jinwall saying, already some of my dudes, we'll go and make another account and then do it again.
The next one.
Right. Well, then you have Anthony, who's on the goddamn channel, saying, I just unsubscribed, so y'all need to. Well, goddamn you.
Stop playing with my emotions.
Right. But do we move Braun Breaker up to the main roster, or do we still keep him in NXT? We've gone back and forth on that. And I think Carmelo is more likely to SmackDown than Braun Breaker.
I think Braun Breaker, I mean, you see what he did in the Rumble. And I mean, again, patience is key with a lot of this talent. But if you have a spot where if he comes in and he's chasing around like a Logan Paul, I can make that work in my head. Right. I mean, Carmelo's great. But when you look at the men that they're getting in the ring with, Braun Breaker looks like he fits.
But still like that. Like, let's not pretend though that Carmelo versus Logan Paul wouldn't slap. Like, I get what you're saying, but don't tell me that like that when you couldn't switch those two.
There you go. Tom said, I just subscribed. That puts us at 3.6K.
There we go. Yes, as I see it as I refresh on the front end.
Yeah. So there we go. Braun is ready for the main roster. He's Goldberg with Scott Steiner's personality.
And Ryback's ring gear.
I disagree. KJ's size shouldn't matter. All right.
I agree that Braun should be on the main roster. I don't think you would trade exactly one for the other type thing.
No, I think they both can be there. That's your future.
Oh, yeah. Well, and you even said with the shot that they had in the Women's Rumble, that showed you that's the future of your women's division. That Women's Rumble had past, present, and future all in the same Rumble.
Oh, it was wicked. It was really cool. That shot is really cool. And you wonder where Tiffany's going to. Oh, shit. John.
I was going to say, speaking of really cool, we got John out here gifting 10 Wrestling for Life Network memberships, which, by the way, yes, we do have the memberships, the super chats, the super stickers on top of the subscriptions and everything else.
Right. I mean, I don't even know how that actually works.
I never know how that works.
There you go. 3.6K with or without Anthony. We'd rather.
There you go. Screw you, Anthony. Screw you and your opinions on Trinity.
Your hat can stay though. We're keeping the hat.
We signed the hat to a long-term deal. You're on a show-by-show basis.
I hope you guys like my ideas for the. I think we got some ideas of our own.
100%. Trust me, you ain't gonna have to fight me on breakfast here.
There you go. Mark my words. It'll be Seth for Sammy. I kind of think that, Cody. I kind of think that's what we might get.
I don't know how we got there. That's babyface on babyface times 10. And when did Becky Lynch become Ginger Cora Jade? She was an Irish lass. She said, "See you later, lass."
Yeah. I'm 30. There you go. There you go. It's with my sub.
From Subway, Mike's Firehouse, Jersey Mike's. Which sub are you talking about?
You make me hungry. All this sub talk.
Jackie Redmond.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, keep in mind, Nick, we have 2 months. Like, we have all this time from now till Mania to get us into that angle, right? If you had to do it, they were already doing babyface for babyface essentially with it. And again, I think that Sammy draws enough love that they could test it.
Yeah, but you're having a guy who gets love versus a guy who gets love. Like, how do you make anyone mad at that? Like,
why do you need anyone mad at you can't have a babyface main event. You can't have
that's a shoehorn. That's a shoehorn.
I don't think so. Not if you angle.
What are you excited about between Sammy and Seth?
At this moment, as I see here, the fact that Sammy is one of your biggest draws in 2023 coming into 2024, Sammy still gets one of your biggest pops in the company. And the idea that the Philadelphia crowd split in half between the two O's, between Sammy's O and Seth's O, I think that's going to fucking cook. Plus, they're amazing in the ring.
So you're selling the match on in-ring quality.
I'm selling the match on the personalities. And again, they have to get us there. They got to walk that path. I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm just saying if it did, I'd be right there with it. Right? The same with Danny can't challenge Roman.
High out there.
What do you mean?
As in, that's a stretch and a half to me. I couldn't get there. That's super babyface versus super babyface right there. Like,
Punk was a
I
super babyface.
There's going to be a split crowd. I think we'll just cheer for everything.
What has Punk been? What is Punk? Punk has been an uber babyface.
Punk is a tweener. Punk is what you exemplify as a tweener.
But the crowd is going nuts for him. Listen to the CM Punk
chant. And then you put him against Seth and they boo him.
Nah, not really though. You get that split crowd. I'm okay with it.
You're gonna get so you think you're gonna get really the same split crowd between Sammy and Seth as you do between Punk and Seth?
No, but you have to fill in for an injured guy, my guy.
Drew.
I'm not saying it's the same. But Sammy's a way bigger draw than Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre's been putting people to sleep for a fucking year now. Fucking burying one after another.
That's how you build him. You build him up. He's supposed to be the fucking
good night.
hero.
Every time we see Drew. Every time we see Drew.
Gunther?
The fucking snooze.
Gunther. That's still somebody that's not Sammy.
I want Gunther. I was just proposing an option.
I'm just telling you that your option is number 99 on a list of 89.
You're fucking nuts if you think there's 99 people in this company that you'd book before Sammy.
It's not that literal.
But, all right. There's not even 5.
He's number 4 on the value menu. He's not number 1, 2, or 3.
Both are great. Yes, he is, though. He's one of your biggest baby faces, one of your biggest merch sellers.
I think they'd do Cody versus him before they do Sammy versus him.
Nah, Cody's got to go fucking fight the other guy.
I'm not saying that they want to both. I'm saying you get the 2-night electric boogaloo.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Sammy versus
that's even worse. That's even worse. I'm with KJ on Drew. That Drew put the fans to sleep. Punk's baby face.
Boston, stop yelling. You're scaring money.
Mommy and daddy are mad at each other. What are we going to do?
Think about the children.
All right, stop yelling. I'm blowing out eardrums here.
This is what we do, though. This is 100%. Like I said, this is your favorite watch party and a commentary team broke out.
Right. Gunther for the win. Who else has got Gunther? And why not?
Yeah. Who's taking Kofi and why?
Random commercial mid fucking Boston Crab.
Boston Crab, yeah.
Gunther for the W. I'm not really big on Sammy. There you go. Okay. But he had one of the best matches of the year versus Seth a couple months ago. You can't tell me there's a list of guys that you would book ahead of Sammy.
I'm not saying that there's a gigantic list. I'm saying he's number 5 on the fucking value menu. If I pull up to the drive-thru, he's not option 1, 2, 3, or maybe even 4.
I disagree with that. I think if you're in a tough spot, he's maybe 2 or 3 or 1. I think Gunther might be 1, though. Drew McIntyre is heating up. He's been doing some of his best heel work. There you go. MTB with you.
He's gotten better on the mic. It's just he needs a fucking direction.
Well, that might help. Now, him beating up Punk tonight might actually help him get where I need him to go. But he's like, I'm not really sure if I'm mad at everybody, but I kind of like everybody, and I'm nice, but I'm mean. He needs to fuck off with that shit.
Right. Rock versus Seth. Do you imagine just the ultimate troll job? You get Cody versus Roman and The Rock versus Seth.
Right. Drew can be this era's Triple H. Ooh, he could be.
That's big shoes to fill.
Could be. I don't hate Drew. I just like arguing. So
no, that's fine. I was going to say that's a big denim cutoff vest to fill.
Yeah, no shit. Give us a poll, Sammy or Drew. I'll give you. All right.
And then you have Anthony. Who won this debate? KJ or Nick? Chat vote now. That's what we need now. Is just we have a poll afterwards of who do you think won?
Live polls, right? No, I mean, I think when I know that I'm biased towards Sami because I'm such a big Sami Zayn fan.
Canadian.
Canadian, yeah, for sure. But Roman Reigns is this generation's Triple H. Interesting.
I think he's this generation's Dwayne.
No.
He did the reverse. He did the antithesis of The Rock started off as a heel and became the babyface. Roman started off as the force-fed babyface and became the heel.
Right. Nick Logic, yes. Punk versus Seth. Can't wait. Seth versus Sami. You can't do babyface versus babyface. Yeah. See, that's my issue. Is you literally had it, and then you gave us more of it, and
Punk's not a babyface.
He is so a babyface. He is your number one merch mover as a babyface. The fans chant CM Punk. The small pocket of haters boo him a little bit.
The little exact
he's not a
thing you just said though about with Roman Reigns and everything. Like he's not this generation's, this or that and everything. Like you can't tell me just because he's moving more merch and everything. He's the babyface. No, the fucking heels get over strong here.
No, but they don't. Dude, we just watched the speech he gave and the place was lit. Nobody was booing that man. They're happy. They love him. He's not a tweener
but
at all.
There's a contingency between him and Seth.
Yeah, we call them AEW fans.
But that's still a contingency. Guess what? There's no contingency between fucking Sami or Seth.
Well, a couple of people said they don't really feel him.
What's the issue? Why
can't we have
why are we fighting?
I don't know, but why? We're not even going to get this, but why couldn't we have it?
I'm not saying we couldn't. I'm just saying you're acting like this should be option number 2. I'm like this should be 5, 6 down the list.
Nah,
I'm not saying we couldn't have it either. I'm just saying this is not a focal point at all.
Right. Les Gunther just beating the hell out of Kofi coming out of the commercial break, working that back. Have polls, but the polls are binding, and the loser is forced to agree with the winner. That's never going to work. That's never.
I know. I feel like we've halfway done that at times. Even
we just like, I'm
tired of arguing. I just agree with you.
They'll book it, and then Nick will be like, "Oh, yeah, this isn't so bad."
I don't remember. Vitamins are a wonder.
Sup, Kenneth? How you doing? Stay saying wild mess. LOL. Wait, who said wild mess?
I don't know. I got Kenneth out here saying I'm this generation Nick. What?
There you go. My generation.
I don't know because I don't want to be generation me like the fucking Young Bucks here. So I don't know what we're going at here.
Roman is more Triple H than anyone else is besides Randy because of the heel run, right? I mean,
valid. I'll give you that.
I guess. I mean, it's a tough one. But Gunther got some scratches on his chest as he continues to lay waste to Kofi Kingston.
Anthony's just more enjoying us arguing than Raw, even. Which, Anthony, are you there? Because I believe this is in Tampa, much like the Rumble here.
Did you make it back from Florida? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm glad we got the videos to confirm that you at least survived, Jordan Grace and Naomi and everybody showing up there.
Right. Hey, we stand by the statement. The wrestling might suck. We never do.
Absolutely. I got Gunther smacking the dog shit out of Kofi right now in the corner here.
Heel Cody might backfire. You don't have to force heel turns unless the babyface. I don't think you should turn Cody. And
he won't be heel.
Mm-mm.
If anything, Rollins goes heel.
I mean, again, I just think you can have. You shouldn't do it a lot, but you can have a heel versus heel or a babyface versus babyface in the right circumstance.
You can, and I feel like you could have had that if you had the example. A prime example is the promo video, the segment between Punk and Cody, because they both had a.
Wait a minute! Wait, say that again.
I said Punk and Cody.
So that means Punk is a what?
Tweener, because you can work maybe
fuck you. Love you, bro.
I saw what you were trying to do. I'm not dumb.
They did this already. We're back in commercial break. The match rolls on, folks, and we're having a lot of fun, if nothing else. On the
having a lot of arguments, if nothing.
Are we talking about Triple H's reign of terror when he was when he and DX rule WWE and bury guys after he married Steph? Yeah, that's a deep topic.
There's multiple layers when it comes to Triple H's whole reign here.
Mm-hmm. The heel run solidified Roman Reigns. He started out as a heel with the Shield. He's a better heel. He's a natural heel, and they try to push him as the hero, the babyface. Never really worked.
He's one of those guys that there's certain humans on this planet, respectfully, that they're just so naturally good looking or naturally cool, I guess I'll put it this way, that you just kind of like, well, fuck you for being born that way. A little bit of like, he just kind of, it naturally comes off as like this. You kind of want to dislike the guy just because, like, there's no way I'm gonna look like Jason Momoa here. So,
all right. What's up, Heather? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Are you fine with Jericho versus Takeshita February 7th? No, I'm not. Takeshita is a bright young talent, and Jericho needs to stay away from bright young talents.
Well, until they sign an NDA, I mean, it's kind of up in the air.
Bang. KG playing cat and mouse. You caught that, did you? Bait and switch. I prefer bait and switch, but whatever.
Yeah, treat it like boxing. Stick and move. Stick and move.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love when the chat's in on it too. The heel run solidify. I got that one. If Jey beats Gunther for the IC title, then Gunther beats Seth, and they do Jimmy versus Jey for the IC title at Mania. I like that. That works beautifully.
I thought
in a perfect world, that would be my first choice.
I mentioned that I thought that could be a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the brotherly love thing.
Yeah, sorry,
Nick. I've been a big champion and proponent of the brothers fighting in the city of brotherly love. I would love for it to come to fruition.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yes, Drew versus Sammy versus Seth at Mania for the world. Triple threats. They're killing me, Smalls.
What if you get? Well, again, you mentioned Sammy before you even mentioned Damian, who's got the briefcase. Like, Damian's written all the fucking way out of this.
I just think, on paper, if you're like Damian Priest for Seth at Mania, it doesn't zip enough. I don't know why. I just don't. I feel like
you get Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre night one WrestleMania. You're like, well, shit, that's opening the show, right? Huh?
Yeah, a little bit of a struggle for me. I think that, Seth versus Gunther, Seth versus Sammy, Seth versus Drew. You need a little bit of that WrestleMania zip to it, but they got from now until a couple weeks away from Mania to sell us on something.
But do they do something like that and move it, and it's not the main event that we all preconceived that it was going to be, and that's mid-show opens the show, and we get a Rhea, Becky, Io Sky versus Bailey as the main event of night one. Night one's very much especially become the women's main event spot there.
And that's actually a good spot because remember last year, KO and Sammy main evented that against the Usos.
Right, the tag spot.
And it had a better story. So if you have a better story, Becky and Rhea, or, I'm all for it. The best story, the top stories go in. That, maybe Seth isn't the main event. Maybe he's the secondary main event on night one. Yeah, that's not out of the
question. We viewed it was going to be the main event because we all thought it was going to be Seth versus Punk. But if it's not going to be that or even potentially either of them, then maybe it slides down the card and something moves up the card.
Yeah, that's valid, man.
As Gunther's trying to beat the count in, I've got right now.
Yes. Kofi with a tope.
Toe fake on Kofi.
Tofe Confe.
And another Tope con Kofi.
That's what I do. I play chess, not checkers, my guys. That's how I roll.
Well, that's good because I was playing Connect 4.
I
was playing Trouble.
This is like the fucking perfect answer. Of like, yeah, that sounds about right. Like, I do what I want to do.
I do what I want to do. Fuck you.
No, I don't.
I'm out here like CM Punk. Just when they change the questions, I change the answers.
Right. Big kick is Gunther. Kofi giving him a fight, folks. Break number 5. Not bad. They haven't overloaded us yet.
Well, I mean, that's all within an hour. We've had 5 commercial breaks within an hour.
Wait, was that announced? Yeah, sorry. Was that announced that Swerve's going to fight Rob Van Dam?
No, not to my knowledge. I'll have to double check, but I have not seen that at all.
I did see Paige is going to take on fucking Tio Leone.
Yeah.
This is the dealer's choice that each man gets to pick the opponent for the other.
Now, I don't know what casino you've ever been to, but most of the time the dealer doesn't tell you like the day before you show up to play the game of what cars they're gonna fucking deal.
Oh, double leg drop off the top.
Two go.
Yeah. Why are they ruining the surprise? 1, 2. Why would Adam Page, out of all the people on the planet, pick Rob Van Dam to fight Swerve?
He's a mark for good matches, I guess. I don't know. He's like, that'll be really cool to watch.
So Swerve picks a giant Samoan-ish dude to come out
out of his own faction.
Yeah, to kick the shit out of you. Would you not send back somebody that might equally kick the shit out of that man?
But he has no friends, and who there would kick the shit out of Swerve?
Where's Evil Uno when we need him?
That man ain't kicking the shit out of nothing but a fucking bag of donuts.
Yeah, I know. Rob Van Dam's a better choice than that, but I'm just saying. Are they trying to get Vance over? Wouldn't this be a chance for Vance? Oh!
Send for Hook.
SOS! Send the Hook. 2-2-2. Crowd on their feet.
Hook versus Swerve. 28-1. Tony, eat your heart out. Roll 28-2.
Right. I want to see Miro and Lana back in the WWE. They are wasted in AEW. It's hard to argue with that. It really is.
I think they're just wasted. Like I kind of respect that. I almost don't want to see them on my television either way.
A little bit, right? You kind of got like.
I'm not compelled to see Miro anymore.
That drop followed by that, it's over.
Stupid, sexy German pin. Why do you pin him like that? Why do you fold him like that? Gunther. So is it Gunther or Gunther?
According to Tomato, my guy. But according to Samantha,
is it ketchup or catsup?
It's definitely ketchup.
I'm hot dog, so ketchup, homie.
Right, there's no fucking S in there. But Woods coming out to check on his buddy, and you know what? A great match for the IC title. I know me and Nick are kind of all over the place at the moment, but really good match. And I love. Oh wait, look! Oh. Hey, that seems unnecessary.
No, this is fitting because remember, think about it. Last time these two teams were together, we were getting fucking speared off of announcement desk and everything like that. Yeah. Like this is setting up a fucking. We thought it might have even set up a pre-show match at the Rumble of a Falls Count Anywhere or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So this is when I see what's on site.
I'm still waiting for Jey to come out and help them. Not a bad match. Again, I love the fact that when Gunther's just fed up, it's big drop kick, power bomb into big sexy German pin apparently. And that's again, Gunther's like, I've had enough. Goodbye.
Yeah.
And we move on. Pin. Gliding.
It's pronounced Gunther.
Gunther.
Gunther pinned Kofi like how Edge pinned Beulah McGillicuddy. Facts.
And Imperium walking away. So insult to injury, Kofi Kingston takes the L to the General and then gets destroyed.
Right.
Sprechen Sie.
Deutsch.
Yeah. Yes.
Gunther, New Day TV right up. Well, we thought we've had this multiple times. I think we're still setting up for a stipulation tag team match there.
Right.
TV trying out here with Wolfenstein as I guess KJ said 9 and is going to take a pause for the cause there. A New Day TV run off got that one. For once, Ludwig Kaiser did something positive for a change. Nah, I don't want to fully discredit the man. I mean, think about it. He set records in the Rumble matches. How the fuck did Jackie Redmond manage to change outfits entirely? Now she's out here, looking like the fucking chicks from the tattoo video of all the things they said, with the fucking white top and the fucking red tie here. But yeah, Gunther Ludwig was the first German superstar to actually compete in the Royal Rumble. As now we've got Sammy getting interviewed backstage here. Ludwig Kaiser looks like a piece of bread. No, he looks like an Abercrombie model a little bit. Casting loser breaks up the team match. I don't know if we go with that. I think it's just more of literally. The New Day had fantastic matches, especially their feud with the Usos was fantastic. I think we could get a newish version of that between Imperium and the New Day. I just wish we could, on top of that, get Gunther versus Big E as well. Abercrombie models be looking like pieces of bread too. Well, you can have that. That ain't what I'm mad at. I think this is where Big E returns in this storyline. It'd be amazing if he did. It would be literally weeping tears of joy would happen if Big E showed up here at any point in time. But I don't want to anticipate it and expect something I don't want to build myself up for a narrative that may not happen. As we've got the Kabuki Warriors coming out right now. This show has gone quick. Yeah, it actually has. And we're already through the first hours. We're about to get Tegan Nox and Natalya taking on the Kabuki Warriors. And I saw this online, so don't hold me to it if it's not accurate. But did anyone else notice that Naomi's last match in WWE was against Natalya? And now her first match back with WWE was against Natalya. And granted, I was wishing Anthony was here because we could have this whole back and forth about whether she should have came back as Trinity versus Naomi here. But Christ, now I've got nightmares of AI, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Hulk Hogan here from this 2K24 ad. But as I see 82 some odd people kicking around with us, we are in commercial break for God knows how many times. As we've just passed 2 hours into Monday Night Raw. I will remind everybody we do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night. If it's a day that ends in Y, we are here talking pro wrestling. And absolutely, we are your wrestling buddies. You can't get your real life, your alternative commentary. You need your life 100%. We are here talking anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling, and even some stuff even beyond that. Like I said, we're a little bit of like you had a watch party and the commentary team broke out here. But absolutely. And I appreciate everybody that's been here that we just hit 3.6K subscribers, all that. One in the kind says that's prejudicial. Drew in back-to-back main events, WWE does value Drew. Yeah, that's why I find the whole he's going to sign with AEW. He hasn't re-signed. If you really think they're going to do all of this knowing that he hasn't re-signed. This isn't Tony Khan. The reason we question that MJF could show up in WWE because Tony Khan's his boss. We don't question so much that Drew or somebody could show up in AEW because Triple H is his boss. Like, that's to go and back into what we were talking about before. I think that's even part of it, of a little bit of, we expect Triple H to handle things super professionally and to literally have the answers to all the questions, and even then some, and just be constantly on top of his game. Constantly, Tony Khan looks like a fucking Make-A-Wish kid at Chuck E. Cheese. So,
oh, man.
What?
I was trying to come in on the top of his game and not the kid at Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, fair enough. But so, you want to go, or are you going to let me finish?
Go. I was just
okay.
laughing.
No, yeah, but to me, it's one of those of, we don't hold Tony Khan. We almost expect him to fail. So when he fails, he almost gets a pass. Versus we expect Triple H to be the machine that we don't want to call WWE being the machine. So when they stumble, they don't handle everything perfect. Whatever. Mm-hmm. It's execution by the highest order here.
Yeah, I think it's the goalpost moving, right? It's different standards. The same thing. Like if you watch, I mean, we talk about it all the time where fans will watch something that is completely remedial and be like, that was really amazing. And at the same time, they get something that's a little more in depth and they won't see the value in it because it didn't have a flaming table or it, they just
shiny.
The same thing. Yeah, again, it's the goalpost moving of like, the people who were, that were like, oh, leave Tony alone, he's allowed to have fun as a GM, are the same people that are crucifying Triple H right now. To me, that's goalpost moving. That's changing the narrative. That's, you hold everybody to the same standard. That's what we try and do here, is hold everybody to the same standard. We want the wrestling to be good. We want it to be quality. We call it what we don't like. We call, we cheer for the things that we do. And then we'll argue about the things in between. And, speaking of arguing, and Anthony's ready to go on this whole Trinity debate. So when we get the chance to relaunch Wrestling Court and do it proper, we might have to have Trinity
versus trial of Trinity Fatu.
Right? We might have to go there.
So Anthony, you can have your time on Thursday. How do you feel, sir, that she came back as Naomi instead of Trinity?
I understand why listen, I was all for her, coming out and saying, well, this is Trinity. We used to know her as Naomi, but for the company that's very big into their merchandising, very big into their name value, she built her name as Naomi. She's a former world champion as Naomi. So they ran back Naomi because that was going to get the biggest pop from this crowd. Some people in that crowd didn't even know that she was in TNA.
I call bullshit on that a little bit because, and this is why I find it funny that Anthony's always coming on my neck with this, because I'm agreeing with the man. I think the reaction that she got in where we were here even live welling up, because she was welling up because of the emotion of she established herself so much outside of WWE. No. Because she's hugging Jordan Grace and they got a huge fucking reaction. Why else would that be getting a huge reaction unless they knew who they were?
If you knew her, the fans that knew her for a decade plus as Naomi, when she returns as the Naomi, they recognize that. That's who they understand. They're not reading.
You can't tell me, though, that she's getting that huge responsibility where they're welling up to where she's having the huge reaction between her and Jordan Grace because Naomi's back. We weren't cheering Naomi like this before. So why are we cheering this now? It's because we've established that she's Naomi, that she's become this star outside.
Then they would have kept it Trinity, but you got to understand with the merchandising side of things and how the WWE views shit.
They just gave Dwayne The Rock back, so why the fuck can't they?
Oh, come on, Nick. Come on, you're better than that.
I'm not saying that's the same, but I'm saying like there's room to where you don't have to go back to Naomi.
Her name.
You can acknowledge that what she established got her over.
If you watch Peacock or the WWE Network, anything that involves that lady is Naomi. So you bring her back as what people know And that's the way they viewed it, seemingly. Unless she comes out on Friday and says, listen, I used to be called Naomi, but I want to be called Trinity, then maybe. But as of right now, the licensing rights and everything that she's ever done is property of the WWE.
Well, explain to me why there was the reaction for her and Jordan Grace hugging it out.
It was a good moment, and again, it's still. But at the end of the day,
but that shows people know TNA.
I'm not saying they don't know TNA, and a bulk of the fans did, but not everybody. And the casual WWE fan, which they do cater to, are definitely looking at, Naomi as Naomi. If she came out as Trinity, there would have been a pause moment from some people. Who? Oh, it would have happened. You can't tell me 100% of the people in that building would have gotten who Trinity was.
I know, but I can tell you 99.9% of them probably would have.
Not even. You might be at 85.
Maybe. I'll still take 85. Guess what? 85 is a fucking B+. That's a winning percentage.
Her value in this company, by the way, we got a tag match going on between the champions and Tegan and Natty. But her stock over the decades was built up as Naomi.
So when she becomes Naomi Fatu, that's better than Trinity Fatu.
I wouldn't change it to Fatu, but I don't think at the end of the day it's going to change the reaction or the feel in either direction. And again, I don't think that a lot of the people in the building, know that she was on a top 10 list. They don't know that. They don't give a fuck. They're just like, oh, the Glow Girl's back. Great. Yay. That's it.
But if she hadn't done what she did, you think that we would still get that same reaction for Naomi coming back? Yeah, we didn't get that reaction for Naomi when she was there.
Dude, she was a fan favorite by a lot of regards. Like, we can't act like the time that she put in the WWE was completely fucking useless.
I'm not acting like it's useless. I'm just saying that now she's just bumped herself up to the next level.
The 6 months that she spent in TNA was more valuable than the decade she had in WWE.
For personal and professional growth, yes.
Naomi was a bigger pop than Trinity.
I beg that, really.
Dude, if they thought they would make more money off Trinity coming back, they would have made that decision.
No, it goes back to even the point that you said of what they could control and what they can't.
100%. And again, the merchandising, the old T-shirts, the
right,
videos,
but that negates your point of what we're getting over more versus what they can control more.
It's not going to affect how she gets over one way or the other. She's got to show up and perform.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not impacting her in a negative way in any light. And I guarantee you there was a big chunk of the audience there at Royal Rumble. No, Anthony will be able to speak to this better. That still were like, oh, Jordan, who's Jordan Grace? Right? Like, I mean, there was a good chunk of people that still needed to figure out who that was.
I wasn't there, so I can't speak to it.
Right. I can't, but based on what I mean, again, it was that gradual, in all fairness, Andrade's took a second to get through. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, whether she's Naomi or Trinity, just do your thing. She'll be all right.
It's splitting hairs, but I think in the nuances, it does matter slightly.
Naomi has had a few great Rumble returns, though. You go with especially when you're looking for that Rumble pop. It's not like you're reintroducing her. You're looking for that Rumble pop. And Naomi popping up on the screen and that music hitting is what the vast majority of the fans there are going to say.
Oh, well, it wasn't even a matter of the name exactly. It was the music more than anything. We even saw it when we were here live, and especially with the diminished set that they had, a bit of, as soon as you heard, I'm amazing. Like, regardless of whether you wanted to call her Trinity, Naomi, fucking whatever, you knew who was coming out there.
Right. Fair enough. This isn't an argument. Her comeback with her name she made famous with the WWE for a long time was the only play. The Trinity name isn't over with the WWE Universe. Facts.
I think it's more over than Punk punching people backstage, but you can have that.
People didn't. Yeah, no. I mean, again, that's a perfect example. AEW, Punk being in AEW, even that, and I would argue that's more impactful to the overall industry, was kind of not really certain from the WWE universe. So what makes you think Trinity would be? You actually helped my argument there.
I think one though was actually moreover. Like I think there was the reaction to Jordan Grace. Like I said, there was a reaction when those two
I'm not
were
saying there
hugging
was
it out.
no reaction, but
There was more of a reaction when Jordan Grace and Trinity were hugging it out than there was when CM Punk sat there and it was mentioned
dropped a little side quib. Yeah, I guess there would have been. People again just cheer because they see a moment. And again, as the people next to them are explaining to them, oh, that's the TNA champion. That's why she came out with the belt on. That helps make it make sense.
You can't cheer it because you actually like it. You're cheering it because someone told you beside it.
No, I'm saying
it can't actually be over. It's only over when it hits my argument.
You can't tell me at all sitting there that you honestly believe that anything Trinity did on the independents or
I think more casual fans
no. But you can't say that more people knew about Trinity than Punk. You're fucking nuts. More people definitely followed the Punk situation than the Trinity / Naomi situation. You are crazy to think otherwise.
One's the number 2 promotion in the U.S. and the other struggling to get 2,000 seats in the 2,000.
It wasn't at the time when Punk was there. It wasn't at the time when Punk was there. When Punk was there, they were fucking cooking.
So then why are we getting muddled sounds and muffles and, no one really saying anything when Punk's mentioning about the most obvious statement towards AEW of punching people in the face?
It was an underhanded side quib. It was a second. Even people that were in the know were like, wait, what did he just say? So let's be realistic. There's a big difference.
We had people hugging in a rumble and you're crazy.
If you're putting Trinity's name in the same realm of Punk, I can't even argue with you on this one. I'll let it go because there's no way.
I'm putting it in the realm of what the casual WWE audience knows.
So if she comes out as Trinity, they might have murmured a very similar way, is my point. You're helping my argument. So if she comes back as Trinity, because the biggest star that they signed back, Punk, got little whispers, that you bring her out as Trinity, you might have got little whispers.
I'll help you in your argument with this way, as we've still got the women's tag match going on between
it's good
all of this. I'll help you in this way of whether she came out as Trinity or Naomi. I think we got a bigger reaction and a bigger back and forth and everything for her coming out and for her hugging out with Jordan Grace than we got for anything CM Punk said, even hinting towards AEW.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, the fact that it's even a comparable thing. Again, you're comparing a hug in the middle of a Royal Rumble between two people and the fans were already going nuts and happy to see Naomi, to a little side joke that, Punk slid in there. Come on now. What would happen if fucking Kenny Omega showed up and hugged Punk at the Rumble? They would have went fucking nuts. It's not a fair comparable.
This would happen.
He's out. He can't handle it. He can't take the truth. What did you say? But this match is rolling on, and it's a really good one. Trinity had a big pops in TNA. Yeah, but the big pops are in front of a small crowd. They didn't cheer for Naomi until after the beat dropped and her name appeared. Well, how would they cheer before that? I'm a little confused, my friend. That was what happened at the Rumble. Yeah, so you have to see the name. But if the name came up on the screen and it said Trinity, they would have had to wait for the beat to drop to go, oh, Trinity is this person we used to know. Does that make sense? That's the way I think of it anyway. And I like Trinity being back. And I said maybe they could keep Trinity, but Naomi's her name value. Whoa. And the tag champs with an emphatic win. At least they gave him some time. I enjoyed that. I know we're arguing over it, but Drew Galloway, Ron Killings, both did the same thing and both came back with their WWE gimmicks. That's kind of the norm, yeah. And again, it's not about whether she's bigger or less or not. Again, if she came back as Trinity, people would have found a way to cheer for it. They would have been happy for it. But it's the licensing rights. It's the marketing. It's we own those Naomi dollars. And we go back to Chance and Carter in the back. To bring her back as anything but Naomi, her look and mannerisms would have been different than Naomi. Interesting. Okay. Contract expiring June 2024. It was recently reported by Sean Rossap of Fightful that Rollins' contract is set to expire in June 2024. Seth Rollins' WWE contract said that's very repetitive. Big K, yes, contracts expire. Becky's is going to be up soon. KO's will be up again. Do you really see Seth Rollins leaving the WWE? I don't. Who's ready for those M&Ms to ring of comfort, and would you ever wear it? I have no idea what you're talking about. And here comes Bailey. Nick loves to argue. He really does. So do I. That's the problem. And again, we don't back down. It makes it fun. But that's where we go. I'm very happy that Trinity, aka Naomi, is back in the WWE. Me too. I want the pool table in the divorce. I'm getting the fucking pool table. You can come over and hang out. In the end, it's Naomi. It is. I don't even know why we spelled it like that, Alex. But up next, we got Bailey, and we still have the Kabuki Warriors in the ring. Dakota Kai assisting. This is an interesting commercial spot. It was a tribute to the Troops crowd. They're not the IWC. Facts. Same gimmick. Who cares? Screen name. I'm kind of with you on that, to be 100% honest. That's kind of my point. But Nick, these aren't related. Laugh my ass off. You're talking about a name change, and could be considered an inside joke. Yeah, it's not a fair argument. And again, when you can't win the argument, that's what you do. You dig deep. And I think my buddy was scraping at the bottom of the barrel there. But yeah, that's not a fair comparable. Not at all. Not at all. Like if Malachi Black comes back, he's probably going to be Aleister Black again. That's my guess. Just assuming. Buddy Murphy probably goes back to being Buddy Matthews. Was he Buddy Matthews? I think it was. WWE marketing spent years making Naomi a brand. WWE would never in a million years abandon that for 6 months of quality work and Impact. Yeah, and I'm not trying to take away anything that she did in Impact. But that right there is everything right there, C-Money. For all the time you put in, for all the time that you've worked worked with this talent, and with everything that comes with her, again, changing direction seems highly unlikely. Somebody told me Natty looks like, we call her the boat. We call her the boat for a reason. It's Naomi in WWE in the end. Yeah, and it will be. And if she leaves WWE, she'll probably go back to being Trinity. It's just the way it is. And I'm not trying to take away anything from her run. It just, again, I know we know that she was in the top 10 of a magazine. I know we know who Jordynne Grace is, but we are not the average WWE fan. Again, was there a lot of people there that were big on it? Yeah, for sure. Did Jordynne Grace get some cheers? Yeah. Did some people cheer just because the buzzer went off and somebody was walking out? Yes. But again, two completely different situations. 5-0, Rollindale. 4-1, 7-0. C-Money's got bonuses here. I don't even know how. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. I love it. I love it. I love it. Somebody. EDM girls. Yeah, EDM girls want their title back. So again, I will give the WWE credit. They are putting an emphasis on their women's tag team division. They are at least trying to shed a light on it. We saw 2 tag teams earlier. Yes, it was a squash match, but it was supposed to be. And then you bring in, the Kabuki Warriors get a win, and the former champions still want their titles. You still have other teams lurking in the midst. So I'm okay with that. 4-1. So they're not good enough to face them clearly. Context 1. 4-1. 4-1. Solid match. I thought it was a good match. I really did. Image rights, 100%. I gave up on TNA and I think 08 and 09 and refused to watch ever since. Pal, I'm telling you, go back to TNA. Come Thursday night with us. Show up on Thursday night. TNA is cooking. TNA is really solid. Again, more people need to know about TNA. They really do. I don't want to take anything away from TNA. Where's my button? Kaden and Carter need music like Naomi's. Their entrance would go so much harder. Put them all in a team together. They can all feel the glow. 4-1, got a few positives left. There you go. A little more for life. Love it. Bailey, dose strap. 2 strap, dose. Good Raw so far. I'm enjoying Raw. Raw's gone really well. I'm not even sure how many commercials we've had. It seems like a decent number. I don't feel bombarded with commercials. And we still got a little bit of time left on the clock here, about half an hour. So I think we're good. Who wins the Dusty Classic? I think Braun Breaker has to win after the big showing at Rumble. I think Corbin and Braun Breaker will win. May or may not lead to a little bit of a program with them as Braun finds his way to the main roster. I really agree with you, Smile Mark. I believe that Carmelo and Trick sometime soon, whether it's tomorrow or at the actual finals, they're going to turn on each other. We're finally going to get that. We've seen the jealousy, the behind the back shit from Carmelo Hayes for a long time. So my assumption is sooner than later, that is what's going to happen. And I will remind everybody, it is a Sunday pay-per-view this week, not a Saturday, a Sunday pay-per-view. We will be live at 7:30 p.m. Your pre-show, I got to double check that. We might be on earlier. But, yeah, we will be here for Vengeance Day. Kabuki Warriors, they can't jump her here, right? Well, they could. What's stopping them, AJ? Kabuki Warriors versus Chance and Carter next week on Raw. There you go, there you go, there you go. Dakota Kai has no knee brace. Ooh, I like that, Dale. Nice pick. I did not notice as we're still in commercial break. I didn't know who Nick was talking about when he said Trinity. There you go. Paul, I love you. Kisses. That is amazing. And this is part when Bayley yaks on and on and on about how she won the Royal Rumble. Hey, you give Bayley some love and you give her some time as we're coming back from commercial break and she's just pointing at the sign. One of my favorite visuals from Rumble was when she was pointing at the sign and it looked like the whole audience was pointing with her. I miss Aleister Black. Malachi Black is mid. Well, Malachi Black hasn't had a singles match in 2 years, so what can we do? This is why I love us, though, because it's all open dialogue. 100%, man. 100%. That's why we do what we do. It was Buddy Murphy in WWE. It's Buddy Matthews in AEW. Thank you. I couldn't remember what Buddy we were getting. Thanks, bud. Thanks, pal. She's not declaring it here. It will be on SmackDown. That seems reasonable. And she's still cutting a heel promo. Don't you dare tell me I'm not average. What? Malachi and Buddy contracts are up in 2027. That is so disappointing to hear. They should take the Andrade approach. Find Sammy Guevara and get out. But thank you, unknown dude. Yeah, I realize this. Someone had reported recently that they're still locked up long term, which, I mean, unless Tony's got a trick up his sleeve, that's going to be a long 3 years. Break 7. I can see Sasha Banks coming back at Mania to help Bayley. Still, a lot of fans believe she's going to AEW. We didn't get her at the Rumble. I think Sasha fits well. Once Damage Control turns on Bayley, she may need a friend. Would Triple H be bold enough, if he could, if he did have her locked up, could it be at Elimination Chamber? Bayley giving shit to Michael Cole. That explodes. And here comes Rhea Ripley. Rhea and Malachi Black and Buddy Matthews when their contracts are up are both. Yeah, but it's 3 years away. Unless they can get out. Rhea Ripley in the house, folks. Bayley actually accomplished more than Cody in WWE. You mean at the Rumble or just in general? Because I would argue that she's had a bigger run. Sasha Banks is here. Yeah, Richard, you wish. Ding dong, hello. Oh, shit. Nia Jax jumping Rhea Ripley.
Speaking of jumping,
there you go.
But yeah, it looks like we're setting up Nia and Rhea going at it. I never thought we were going to get Bayley and Rhea going at it.
Oh my God. And the Kabuki Warriors are loving the show.
Yeah, they literally cool. So you just get to watch someone else get their ass whooped. Okay.
And Nia, I mean, again, Rhea has been absolutely dominant. So to watch somebody beat the living shit out of her is excellent.
But do we see someone like Jade come out right now? Could that be Jade's first feud on the main roster as Nia Jax?
It'd be very interesting. Oh, Nia going
It'd
up.
be two people I would say are greener than goose shit kind of going at it a little bit, though. Be worried.
Who's Nia's green?
I think she's greenish, and I think Jade's definitely green.
I struggled to call Nia Jax green after being in the company for as long as she has been. I don't think she's green at all, my guy.
Do I need to point out the whole myriad of promos that we've had about her hurting people?
You mean the time that when you were on my side about the fact that she accidentally punched someone in the face? She's not green. She's not green, man. She's a veteran.
She's not green. She just likes to drop people from long heights unprotected.
So you're going to, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm struggling with that one. There you go.
I agree. Nick and I are back to arguing. Let's go, Anthony.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, again, I think, you know, the term green refers to rookie, new, young. She's a vet. She's the furthest thing from green. She just sucks.
You can be a vet and still not be good at what the fuck you're doing.
Well, that's not green. So you look. David explains it. She isn't green.
She's just bad. So I was trying to be nice and say that she's green. You're just like, no, she's just bad.
But you don't believe that she's bad. You've been right there with me defending her against all the hate.
I know, but arguments.
Jade should come out, but yeah, not tonight. But Nia essentially tells Bayley, leave Rhea alone.
Who earns?
She might be, sloppy. She might be,
I don't have an issue with Nia. I'm just more of, I was saying, if you were going to have like her and Jade as your first, Jade's first feud, you'd want someone probably that could lead the dance a little bit better than say someone like Nia.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think Nia would be perfectly fine. Accidents don't make you green. Facts.
Well, when they happen 2-3 times, is it an accident or is it circumstance?
Yeah, but dude, she's been flawless. I mean, I don't. Again, I'm not going to argue with you for the sake of arguing with you, but yeah, no. Again, we both have defended Nia's return. For the people that were like, I can't believe they brought her back. She's so dangerous. Nobody in the company thinks she's dangerous. They've worked it into storyline. The fact that she clipped. I mean, again, if Alexa Bliss had clipped her with an accidental punch, no big deal. It's a tiny little hand. If Nia clips you with a punch, it breaks your face. It's not her fault.
She's not truly bad or anything. Like nothing. Like I get that. I'm more of going on it of. I think I would want more of a seasoned dance partner or somebody that like I get you could
Bring
get
on Natty.
What?
Bring on Natty. Let's go.
I'm fine with it. But I get with Jade, you get the powerhouse versus, the fucking goddamn Storm, literally from the goddamn X-Men. But I worry if they had a feud, like no one seems like they're the lead dancer in that feud.
She'd be the lead. She'd carry it.
Jade or Nia?
Nia. Jade's brand new. Nia's had good feuds. Nia's had good stories. Nia's been a great heel.
Has she had a good feud though, to where she's not like the monster in this whole situation versus she's on par with somebody?
That's so that
Her good feuds are like Alexa, all of that, to where she can ragdoll somebody.
I mean, what she's doing with Rhea is working really well. I mean, Rhea's going to push her back, and we'll see how that goes.
I don't think that's been much of a feud, to be honest.
Yeah, but correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe not. Who was
You're gonna say what? 2 weeks at most?
No, I was thinking back to NXT and how far this goes back, but at the end of the day, I mean,
Most you get is a Raquel feud, I think, if they had a feud.
But yeah, I don't think that Nia would lack leading, but I mean, again, it is what it is. Damage Control will turn on Bayley. Yes, it's coming. Well, what do you do if you're Bayley right now? If Bayley can't challenge Rhea because Nia said don't do it, she's only got one option.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's, and again, more of what we know and what everybody that's paying attention perceives. If we're getting come WrestleMania, we're getting Io versus Bayley.
Yeah, I like the idea of Io versus Bayley straight up. I think it would be a wicked match. Bring on me,
Wendy Richter.
Flawless is too generous. Who said flawless? I think. Did I say flawless?
I don't know.
I think she's fine. Buddy and Malachi Black show up at the Elimination Chamber just to rip up their contracts like Jack Perry. Yeah, they're just going to print off one with those giant logos on the top of it.
Well, all right, that's how you know it's a solidified, it's an authentic AW contract when it has it in giant bold letters across the front there.
Yeah. Could you imagine how many people would have done that by now?
That's everybody. Like Punk's even back there. Andrade's there. Like, I didn't know we could do that. Did you know we could do
that? These new WWE graphics are great. Now just fix the entrance themes for people. This is one thing I saw somebody bitching about online today about like every WWE entrance is too generic and it made it really hard to figure out who was coming out. And I couldn't understand it fully. I don't know if I think the same. I mean,
I agree with that statement. I think we saw it a couple times of literally we were having to be even on stream of like, oh wait, what's the actual Titantron to where they pull up the fucking full name and everything. Like there's very few WWE wrestlers right now, especially of the newer generation, I would say, that have an authentic, iconic, like a memorable theme song. Like I could name off wrestlers right now. Like, can you tell me Rhea's theme song? Can you tell me?
Yeah, this is my brutality kicks off that. It's a terrible example.
Oh well, okay. Austin Theory, Grayson Waller.
Countdown. Yeah.
I didn't know if you were waiting for me to still ask questions or if you're reading through comments here.
I don't really don't have a problem or an opinion either way. Like I find it really just nitpicky. Like, are we really down to just picking on the music now? Like Sammy. I mean, other than like the only two, Jordan Grace, I was like, who the fuck was that? El Idolo coming back because I missed what it said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess I don't know,
but. To me, it doesn't feel even quite the same of like when you had, if you smell, the glass shatters, everything goes dark, you have the Undertaker. Like we're naming big entrance after big entrance after big entrance. Like I know I may have not picked the best examples, but I'm sure there's still, 3 to 4 per each Rumble that we were, who the hell is this person?
Fair enough. I
guess. If you're not watching Raw right now and you hear Drew McIntyre's entrance, do you remember that that's Drew McIntyre's entrance? Or 100%. Do you just...
Not only does it have a sword, it's Scottish.
Yeah, you can Scottish fuck.
Like, I don't understand. Like, yeah, I know Drew's music. I know Sami Zayn's music. I know Seth Rollins' music. I know Rhea Ripley's music. I know who else is
Zoe Stark's music. Do you know Maxine Dupree's music?
The lower card. So that's where you get down to the lower card of like.
Right, but I knew Val Venus's music. I knew fucking Mabel's music. I knew Mark Henry's music.
No, you knew Val Venus's "Hello, Ladies." That's all you knew.
That's his fucking music, though.
Yeah, all right. So we'll give some of them other taglines, but again, Zoe Stark's okay. You win. I mean, did you remember Molly Holly's music? Oh no, nah, you win. Do the people that saying the Nia sucks? I'm wondering if you're watching, because she definitely doesn't suck. I'm with you. I think Nia's excellent. She's a great heel. You need heels. I think sometimes people get confused with like, we hate this person, so she sucks. But you're like, she's a heel. They're working as a heel. I don't know. I don't get it. I think she's excellent.
I don't think that there's anything bad with Nia. I'm just saying I don't want her leading the dance between a feud between her and Jade.
It wouldn't be my. I think it would be fine.
You were about to say it wouldn't be my first choice, and then you came back around with it'd be fine.
I'm trying to think of who I put in that place instead of. But I mean, if you're trying to, Sammy and Drew started off. Who you taking? And Drew said, "You've never beat me. You're not going to start now."
Sammy just getting tossed like a sack of potatoes over the announce table here.
Right. Now CM Punk and Jagora Jade can have fun in the meta.
Just concede. Never. No surrender.
He's on a cold streak, folks. Leave him alone. I hear voices.
That's the way you get out of a cold streak is you keep swinging until you get out of it.
Swing away, buddy.
Swing away. What is this sign? Swing away.
Oh, shit. Sammy returning the favor as we go back into commercial.
That was a little bit of an odd shot of Pat's just there like, oh, okay.
Val Venus had some smooth jazz. Nobody likes smooth jazz. I like smooth jazz.
What's up?
Drew's current for a while always confused me with that Sheamus. Oh, current music always confused me with Sheamus theme circa Mohawk era. That's just.
Should Drew go back to Broken Dreams there?
I would like that.
Mine.
Mm-hmm. That'd be nice.
I think you need. Does WWE need to go back to, like, that's the thing is the Attitude Era for the most part, I feel had actual songs, or at least they became, even if they were on a fucking album of WWE's. Go ahead.
Stone Cold, did he have a song?
Jim Johnson, it was on the fucking album. You don't get any more.
Did his entrance have a song? Did the Rock's entrance have a song other than The Rock says? The Rock says.
He did a song with Wyclef.
No, that doesn't count because any of these people can.
They use that. You're telling me you didn't buck Yokito Rock.
We were talking about their entrances, my friend.
Stone Cold used the Disturb song as his entrance. You had Triple H and everybody that used DX.
Triple H just had spit in the air. We're good to go.
What are you talking about? What?
His old music, his My Time music.
Oh, yeah, none of I just heard spit in the air. I'm like, what are you on about?
Right. I don't recall many of the Attitude Era guys having words to their songs. Like rolling.
Hey, American Badass. Okay. Taker had two.
Not even good Taker. Consider this. WWE used to come out with CDs and theme songs. So yeah, I mean, again, so we can do what I just did. We can remix some of these and make an album. There you go. Remix.
What's your album of current WWE theme songs? Go ahead.
No, but wait. Two things. These are two separate arguments. One, they could come up with an album of these fucking remakes.
That's fine. I'm curious. What is your album? What is your tracklist?
You lost the entrance argument so bad. Now you're like, well, they can make a remix CD. Well, that's a different argument.
I'm not saying they need to make a remix CD. I'm saying you had an anthology series, even it wasn't remixes. You just had entrances. That's how everyone knew, the My Time Triple H song because it was on an anthology series.
I knew it because he came out to it.
What
the fuck are you talking about?
So what would be your top, like your playlist of WWE entrance songs? Though that's the thing is you had ones that you would listen to that weren't when they were coming out to it, sir.
I didn't listen. Like, if you're saying, well, I listened to the King of Rock, that wasn't their entrance song. So I didn't listen to that song.
I didn't say that, did I? I said you
kinda
still
are.
listen. Did you not listen to Stone Cold Steve Austin's entrance music outside of when he came out, sir?
No. When
you never listened to that on a CD, on a VHS cassette.
You're telling me you drove around listening to that, but it's just an instrumental. It's just an instrumental. There was nothing outside. There's nothing to it. So no, I didn't. I had the WWE volumes. Maybe they can revisit that, but I can sing the Sammy song. I can do the oh to Seth. Shinsuke makes me oh as well. Pause. Drew McIntyre, clearly, I'm all about the bagpipes. Let's go.
So there's your first 4 songs on KJ right, the Anthology.
Well, you said this is my brutality. I know who that is. But yeah, I mean, a lack of words. I will give you that. But the Attitude Era never had any, like, X-Pac had some music. When they started doing, like, I will give you a good example. DX had a good entrance song. But once you got past, once they had to remix it, though.
Mm-hmm.
D'Lo Brown, again, it had spoken word at times. Break the walls down. Yeah, none of them had, like, yeah.
And they said I have a whole playlist of wrestling themes on Spotify, but how many are current?
Yeah, but again, I don't get it. I think we're just being picky.
Well, if you want to be greedy, I'll be fucking picky here. He's Mr. Miser.
Again, like, what song? Like, you were giving me examples of songs that weren't entrance songs. They were remixes made on an album. I don't know of any entrance song like I did as a young wrestling fan. Like, I love the Triple H
King of Kings.
But no, that's we were talking about, like, that group. Then they transitioned. Yeah. So we did get some, but there wasn't a lot.
Tornado DDT by Sami Zayn for a 2-count.
Yeah. I don't know. It's silly. But yeah, this match rolling on. Yeah. Well, but his main one doesn't have any words to it. But yeah. Sammy trying to fight through. Literally 97% of the Attitude Era music was songs created for the superstars, not songs you hear on the radio. Facts.
Mm-hmm. And how many songs do you hear right now aren't just generic songs?
But those were, I don't know what the difference, like, I don't know what you're talking about. What's the difference?
I'm saying, can you tell me the difference between Zoe Starks and Maxine Dupri's song?
What? You're using Zoe Starks again. Do you know Molly Holly's? Do you know Jazz? Can you remember Jazz's? Can you remember Steve Blackman? Blackman's fucking
Yes,
theme?
I can, actually.
Yeah, I knew I went too far with that one. Anyway, I feel like this is silly.
I'm not the one who keeps bringing it up.
I like Stephanie's. That was a good one, actually. That's a good example.
I'm all grown up now.
Got Sammy for the win. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Drew right in on the turnbuckle.
Osprey elevated is a banger. All right.
Anthony, the fact that I can't even remember what the fuck that is, I think kind of proves my point.
There you go. This is another. Yeah, this argument's just nonsensical. Big headbutt. The Glasgow kiss on target. Drew falls into the back. Oh, Trish's theme is a banger. I agree with both of you on that one. Well played. Ooh, Chavo. So what the fans need more now in 2024 is theme songs that open with a statement so they know who it is right away. not an actual song. They just need like "Ooh Chavo" or "Glass Breaking" or "If You Smell."
They need a sting or something like that too. Like, and I say sting and not in like the wrestler aspect of. They need something that's a hook, that's a fucking drop, that's something that instantly hooks that song to that person. I feel.
Okay, I'd argue that they're trying to do that, but hey. Dun, dun, dun. Exact. What did Boston say? Oh, I know what he said. Yeah, I agree. But where are we going with this?
I don't know, but I got Sami Zayn going. Oh, went for a hula kick and then just got turned inside out here.
They're counting with them. Who saw that coming?
Oh, boot on the bomb.
Let's go.
1, 2. 2 go, 2 go, 2 go, 2 go. Yeah, that is surprising though that you actually had the count along there setting up for the Claymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I love it. I love that way that this is awesome.
But is it still that tie into, is he halfway still a baby face? Has he gone full heel? And now we just cheer for the heels or what? Oh, shocking Sammy. Camp up.
Oh, Drew looking angry. I'm a bit upset the Alpha Academy wasn't in the Royal Rumble. Yeah, not one member. Interesting.
I'm pretty sure they were.
Chad wasn't in it. Otis wasn't in it. Was Tozawa? No.
They had entrance, I thought.
I don't think so.
I know Maxine was in the women's.
Maxine was in the women's.
I know that's not the biggest representation, but yeah, according to the Wikipedia, that at least going into the match that they had numbers drawn.
I don't remember.
Shows you how memorable it was.
Yeah, I don't think they were in it though. Was Chad Gable in it?
I'm gonna check right now.
We are currently in Drew and Sammy both on their knees. Drew talking smack, Sammy throwing rights.
Yeah, no, I'm looking even at the Wikipedia, and there was no member from the Alpha Academy in the Men's Rumble, even though they drew numbers.
Did they draw numbers?
They were announced because it was part of a remember we talked about it on a preview show because they were all announced because of a like a YouTube special type thing.
Oh. I'll take your word for it.
Okay.
Big kick. Oh, down he goes. This is it. No way. Wow. Drew McIntyre. There you go. There goes my argument for Sammy.
There you
Drew
go.
Laying waste to Sami Zayn.
As he's even pulling the ref close to him. Oh, you're gonna raise my hand, goddammit.
Right. Makes the ref lift his hand. The ref not happy. So definitely pitching him as a heel.
Oh, that intense look and everything. Absolutely, I think 100%.
Damn. Are you guys surprised with that finish tonight? Oh, there was an accidental low blow.
Accidental.
I think Sammy tweaked something. Yeah, he was tweaking berries.
So that's how we go off the air, is Drew talking smack to Sammy in the ring.
And just walking out.
And up next on Raw Talk with Ivar, what was it? Shayna Baszler and somebody else.
Right. Good luck in hockey this week, KJ. I'm coming for that number one spot. Bring it on, Mark. I haven't even been tested in about a month, so I'm looking forward to a challenge. I'm looking forward to a challenge.
The disrespect right there. The disrespect.
You made it good until Friday, and then you ended up losing by 35 points.
I had no stake. I knew I was probably bound to lose. You were the one that kept mentioning I was a threat, and then now you just brushed me off like I was nothing.
Yeah. Ain't no thing. I want to battle. Let's go, Mark. What do you got? Nick almost had me. Drew doing amazing work. Yeah, I mean, again, if you're trying to build something up, Drew's the guy. I mean, again, it looks like Drew is going to continue to get this push, taking out name after name after name.
He could just be the one that's the last man standing, realistically, because think about it. You can't use Brock Lesnar. If Seth's hurt, if Cody's hurt, Cody's going on the other show. If Punk's hurt, who else you got left?
Right. Fair enough. They got to really utilize them. So this would be their chance, their time to see what we can do. They did better tonight, stomping on Punk. Really focusing on the fact that he took him out. He's got to be that Scottish psychopath. He's got to dig in. Tonight got a little bit of a low blow win, perhaps. So we will take your rating out of 10, folks, before we pack her up and head home. But
it's absolutely one of those of, hey, Drew, your contract's coming up. This is, open highway right now for you to fucking be the front of this ship here. So this is the definition of shut up, not up or shut up, earn that contract.
Absolutely. Sammy always with all heart and good matches. I love Sammy, man. I mean, he battles and he makes guys look good. I thought it was a good match, a good main event. And you're trying to build up Drew. It works. It fit for me. So WWE SmackDown is coming up this Friday. So I give WWE Raw an 8.5. So because SmackDown's on Friday, we're going to give Raw an 8.5. 8.25.
My brain's hurting to try and figure out that logic of because one thing exists, thus that means this must get that. What?
Right. 8.5. That was a fun Raw. I agree. 8 says Dale. 50-50 odds. Raw goes 2 hours on Netflix. Keyshawn. If it goes commercial free,
fingers crossed.
Yeah, if it goes commercial free, it'd be pretty close, no?
You would think. You just gotta lop off 15 minutes there.
Raw is a B. Okay. You B. Good Raw. 7 out of 10. Sammy consistently delivers. Nia. What?
Booyah.
0 to 10, no Trish. Maybe later. I'm pretty sure it's confirmed Vance. No, that was 0 to 10, no distinctive theme songs. And
I love you, Boston.
Boss is the best.
They call me Stacy. That's not my name. I am aware that I am an asshole.
8.5 says Richard. KJ and Nick, I thought Pat works for ESPN now. He does. But full time. Yeah, but I mean, you only have to work one night a week.
Facts.
If you can do both, I think. I don't know. I'm not Pat's agent, but
yeah, I'm not his fucking CFO or anything like that. But I'd take that deal.
Yeah, fly in for a Monday night show. I mean, yeah, sure, it's going to make you probably be a little sleepy on his Tuesday show for ESPN.
I'm just mad we didn't get offered to come to the Treeouts.
Right, come on now. SmackDown
might right. At least let us come to the Treeouts.
Give that Bobby Heenan gorilla vibe. Come on now. 7. Sammy got destroyed in the Canadians. His maple bush.
Yeah. His little titties were feeling it there.
Right. Not the hockey pucks. 8.5 out of 10.
Not my Timbits.
There we go. We got there. 7. I give it a 10. Favorite part of the show was the Judgment Day putting a beat down on R-Truth. That promo between Rollins and Rhodes and the return of Pat McAfee. Christian loving it. 8. Drew works better as a heel, 100%.
But your favorite moment was R-Truth getting beat down, you sociopath? Like, why?
How dare you?
Right. You put some respect on Truth's name.
Right. After a pretty busy last few days of wrestling news and events, you've watched everything have...
Nope.
Oh,
I
no.
saw the end.
Oh, Dave, don't make me block you.
Not gonna lie, you had us in the first half, but you didn't
son of a
yourself
bitch.
for the second half.
He knows. He's done it to me before, motherfucker. 8.4 Raw, great promos, solid matches. I see. Blah, 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 blah. No, we appreciate that. Very good Raw all together. How did you feel about Raw tonight?
7.5.
Whew. Okay. Yeah.
And did you think higher or lower?
I was kind of in the same neighborhood. I think I'm leaning towards an 8, 9.5.
No.
Welcome
Ricky.
back, sir. I like an 8. I like a solid 8. I thought there was a lot of good shit in there, especially coming out of a pay-per-view. You got to turn your focus and start building towards the next pay-per-view. The Nick Aldis Pierce spot was really good. Talking about Braun Breaker signing Andrade. R-Truth getting beat up. Awesome Truth going to get a title shot by the looks of it. The women's tag team division definitely got highlighted tonight.
No Punk for Mania.
No Punk for Mania, which is unfortunate, but his promo was fucking amazing. Drew beating him up was perfect. Drew beating up another babyface was perfect. It might be Drew versus Seth at Mania by the time we get there. I don't know. We'll see.
I agree with you. I still will give it a 7.5. It was, I don't know. I think I'm more of just hoping we ramp it back up, and I'm not saying it wasn't a good show. I just want to get back excited going into WrestleMania, and now we've got almost most of what we anticipated as our main event for WrestleMania dinged up and banged up. We're limping into the game, literally and figuratively.
Yeah, fair enough. Rhea versus Becky Mania. I think that's definitely where that story might be going, depending on what happens at Elimination Chamber.
I think that's where we set that up. Like, there's, I think it's interesting that some people are like surprised that we're going to get a women's chamber at that pay-per-view. I thought we were going to get that, much like we were going to get a pretty much whoever didn't win the Rumble, and we knew they were going to clearly go either one side or the other. Now you just get the adverse through the chamber.
Yeah. Miz and the Truth win tag titles at Mania or before. It's a long ways away. Maybe they win it at Chamber.
If they do, it's at Mania.
You think, okay, you
get the big baby face pop 100%.
Okay. Fair enough. Good start to the build of Mania. I completely agree. Again, unfortunate news about Punk. You can't do anything about that. But I think everything else around it, including the Bayley teases and the Io Sky and what happened there, I think we're putting the pieces into place. We're at the beginning.
Well, we're setting the foundation here.
Yeah. I love getting you on. Yeah, you suck so much, Dave, but you do it very well, sir. He waits till I'm like
this thing is what you do, sir.
Yeah. The Punk promo was perfect to write him off. 100%. Couldn't agree with it. And I know people find Punk controversial, but if you love wrestling and you watch that Punk promo and you go, that sucked, you don't probably really like wrestling.
Well, my issue is more the people that like wanted this to happen to Punk. That's been a narrative that's been out there, and I'm like, you are some sick individuals.
Right. If Drew and Seth, then Damian cashes in and that could happen. That would get, if you have Damian kind of on the outs and then Drew beats up on a victimized Seth, and how bad would you feel if you were Damian or if you were Drew, but Damian steals it from him?
You have to kill a man. Like, hey, I'm sorry, I gotta catch a case here. I gotta go. Like, I don't see how that works. Like, I get the idea it could happen. Can anyone justify that making, like, can anyone justify that getting over? I don't think that would.
The Damian.
Are you cheering Damian after that? Like, is Damian now like gonna be your fucking? Are we babyface super over with Damian here? Like, I can see it happening. I just don't like.
I think the
I
problem.
see him do it. I just don't see it being successful.
I thought the R-Truth storyline was going to pull Damian out of the heel and pull him into more of a babyface thing. Tonight kind of put its foot down on maybe not. So to your point, that's a tough one. Yeah, I don't know. That's a
I
tough
can see the R-Truth pulling Damian into the situation where he cashes it in and or tries to cash in. R-Truth fucks it up.
Good, absolutely. I mean, at this point, anything's possible. So, like, the longest we've held Money in the Bank for a long time. So, again, I mean, he can continue to hold on to it for a while. So, who knows?
Right.
Face to face. All right, folks. Last call on the chat. AEW diehards. We're also happy Punk got hurt. Yeah, it's just the way it is. Those are assholes, but it is what it is. Nope.
What?
Wait. Oh. Priest will become champ and they will have the gold except IC. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, again, how long can you keep the R-Truth Judgment Day storyline interesting? It would be very, I mean, it's on them to figure this out.
I think WrestleMania, you could see very much more of the falling of the Judgment Day.
Yeah. And it's funny because I think they've done a good job of making us feel that before, and then it never really quite came to be. So we will see. I think Drew should just take over the fucking or take over.
Everybody says that. I'm just
fucking make it easy.
Mark said, never cheer for injuries. That's gross. Same as in other sports too. Facts.
Facts. I don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Facts.
Realistically. Dun, dun, dun. What else? Did I get my rating? 8. No, but that's it, folks. I'm going to call it. I see there's some more comments, but if we didn't answer your comment here tonight, come back tomorrow. We will be here live for NXT, and then we're here all week long for all your wrestling love. Click all the links below. All our socials are below. Join us, follow us, be a part of the family, be a friend, tell a friend. And other than that, thank you for a good Raw tonight. Thank you for a fun show. And compadre, we're out.
Absolutely. I think it was a fantastic show. I think it's showing after the Rumble, nothing but talking points to still discuss here. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you talk about the wrestling, but that full life with it.
See you on the flip side, folks. Come back tomorrow. Good night.